We are here. We are here. What's happening, everybody? Everybody in TikTok, welcome. Red Vader, I see you in there. YouTube, how we doing? Twitch, how we doing? What is that? Liam, what's going on? What's going on? Thanks for being here, everybody. You guys are so fast too. I just threw the live up. All right. Yeah, I thought I had a fix for TikTok multi-chat. It appears I do not. That's okay though, because I got my phone posted up. Antonio, what's going on? Welcome, buddy. How we doing? How we doing? How we feeling? Thanks for being here. Love to have you. Where did we leave off? I think for the one time we left off on how do I send a satellite to Duna? Ooh, fantastic question, because we might do that tonight. I was thinking about it today. I was thinking about what do we do tonight is what I was scheming on all day long. And I think the next step, though our antennas are underpowered, I think the next step is we go to Duna. Excuse me. Is everything working? Everything is working. Yeah, we're fine. We're good. All right. Yeah, but for now, Liam, to answer your question, transfer windows, and a little bit more Delta V than you normally pack. I don't know why I left the tracking station. We gotta get Jeb out of orbit. Unknown in YouTube, how we doing? Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to see you again. So first and foremost, yeah, let's get Jeb out of orbit, is what we do. And then we got a brand new probe up in there. I think it's still floating nearby somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's only a kilometer away. And this has 3470 meters a second of Delta V, which is a lot to do a whole lot. We could potentially send this one to Duna, but the problem is these antennas are not great. Red Vader, ooh, in Twitch? Ooh, you came over from TikTok? What up, buddy? What up, buddy? Glad to see you. Your Jeb is stuck in a space station? I don't know about stuck. Stuck feels kind of drastic. You know what I mean? Stuck feels kind of drastic. Jeb is comfortable and safe inside of a long-term science station. Ooh, thanks for the follow, Red Vader. Much appreciated. Yeah. Liam, stuck feels drastic. Jeb is awaiting his replacement. Is really all that he's doing. All right, we're gonna lock pro here. No, actually, I'm an idiot. I gotta set up reentry. Where is the KSC? All right, chat. Here's what we could do. We could risk it all here and go for a sunset reentry. And I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna burn retro. Go a little bit more. Let's go about like right. Yeah, let's go about right there. So is what we do. Let's point retro here. I don't remember Yeah, it's all right. Okay, I did not transfer fuel yet. So let's open all of these tanks here. Boom, boom. Boom. Damn it. Boom, 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 boom. Bam, bam, wham, bam. There's that. And then put all of that fuel in this tank here. Is what we do. What's the best engine for... Oh, my fucking logo on the bottom there. What does that say? What does that say? What does that say? Tyler, thanks for liking the live, buddy. Much appreciated. What's the best engine for the vacuum? There's not really one single answer to that question. The thing to do, I don't think we'll hit for the big tanks. I don't think we'll hit this probe here, but we're just gonna be mindful. Yeah, there's not really, Liam, one good answer to that question. You kind of gotta look at what the ISP is for every engine that you're trying to use, because some are specifically designed to operate better and get you a higher ISP, i.e., like gas mileage. Zod Universe, how we doing, buddy? Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Liam. You really just gotta look at your ISP. Do I play Spaceflight Simulator? No. Swordman guy, I do not. Welcome. Oh, we're going nuts on Twitch. We just got 100. We are officially at 100 followers on Twitch, and that was because of you, Zod. What a fantastic timing you had. Yeah, we're going nuts. That is all because of you guys, and I appreciate all of you guys. Swordman guy, no, welcome in, but unfortunately, I do not play Spaceflight Sim. That's the wrong way. Let me up my pair. I got carried away with the big dubs indeed, buddy. I got carried away with reading chat and looking at the alerts and everything. So we overshot our parry a tiny little bit. That's all right. Just gonna use RCS and kind of undo it here. 28's really not bad. We're all cooled off. We've been orbiting for a minute. You almost broke your TV. Uh-oh. How come? Why? Why'd you do that? 29.9 and on the dot, chat. On the dot, we get 30. I think it's time to rescue Bill from the mun. Yeah, you might. Yeah, is he stranded? Is he part of an impromptu surface colony? Is that what's happening with Bill in your playthrough? Is that what's up? Oh, Liam, you got Bill stranded there too. That's actually tragic. Ooh, Chummy77CTV. Thanks for the follow, big dog. Much appreciated. Glad to have you. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday night. Vibes are high. Oh, somebody's going crazy in TikTok with the likes. Oh, Swordman guy. Yeah, you're going nuts. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. All right. We're going to face Pro here. Fuel is transferred. Cargo door is closed. We're going to actually retract panels here in a second, because we're already basically in the atmosphere. We might overshoot the KSC a little bit. I don't know. I think we might actually do pretty well. Might do pretty good. Unknown, you were turning the lights off and then it went down. How are the two correlated? Is your light switch super close to the TV? Did not break though. Well, that's good. That's good. Glad to hear. All right. All right, chat. We are 300 meters away from initiating re-entry protocol. We're almost back under the Kármán line here. At which point things get real hairy. Revator, I'm totally not over here now. Yo, you're triple dipping right now? Triple dipping? Got you on YouTube, Twitch, and on TikTok? You guys are nuts. In the best way. Alright, we're pretty much leveled out. I'm gonna retract my panels now. We should be adequately cooled off. Is what we should be. I don't think there's any more signs. It's fine. Yeah, we're in the 200s right here. On the skin of the aircraft. Perfectly fine. Swordman guy, you're still going crazy with the likes, buddy. I appreciate that big time. We're already at 1.1k in TikTok. You guys are the best. You guys always just come in. You guys just come in and you get all schizo and shit in chat, and you just start spamming the like button. I love it. You guys are the best. The TV is close to the lights. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, don't break your TV though. Don't do that. Landing and takeoff. Sean Gilkey, welcome in. We are currently landing. We are 67.66 now. 0.8 kilometers. Kilometers above the surface, and we are just about to start re-entry here. Welcome in, glad to have you. Ooh, Ducky96310, you are now level 2 in the fan club. Don't know what that means, but I think that means that you've been here for a while. Appreciate that. Much appreciated. Press V on the keyboard. You know what? You told me to do that yesterday. Ah, why? No, I don't know. I like auto. Why do you want me to do that? Still testing the new plane, or are you running missions now? No, Trey, we are. Oh, welcome back. Good to see you again, man. Yeah, V is the camera angle. We're fully functional now. Tyler, I see you in there. Do I have all the bases unlocked? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I got Desert. I got the other one up here, and I got KSC. You're gonna get water BRB. Yeah, good stuff. Do your thing. Yeah, Trey, we're fully functional now to properly answer your question. We just deployed a probe with almost 4,000 meters a second of Delta V. And I think the only thing really stopping us from going to Duna with it is our antennas on it are kind of lackluster. What is this music? Old Navy commercial type music. My plan to ever bring these to any other planets? Yes, Reed. Also, welcome back. Familiar name out here. Modi KSP1? Yes, Sean. Yes. Yeah, so the idea is eventually you'd be sick, and I can definitely do it with the Darius. Might have to build something big. What is that going to do? It's wrong. How to make... Hello, Vamp. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know about a tutorial. It's literally just a plane. I can break down the kind of the fundamentals of building a plane. It's a space plane specifically. Play SOCOM 2. I'll probably get copyrighted. I do enjoy TikTok. And its lack of copyright strikes that happen, but I probably will get copyrighted. YouTube will yell at me. You were kind of scared because the account I was following you on got... How did you get permabanned? Don't do that. Trying to build a moon lander right now is pretty annoying, but you're making... Yeah, good stuff. I got full faith. Tonight. You do it tonight. Report back. So you're back on TikTok now. I feel like there isn't a delay, that much of a delay on here. I feel like there isn't a delay or that much on TikTok. Yeah, I feel like everything's kind of faster on TikTok. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Liam. That makes a lot of sense. That would... Ooh, I saw a follow just then. I'm looking at my phone, so I don't see all the notifications like I do in TikTok Live Studio. Sorry, but I do appreciate the follow. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome in. He said do a barrel roll. Yeah, for the one time. Why not? She's slow, but it'll happen. I'm just gonna hold the E button here. No, it don't. TikTok has the free Doma song. Yeah, not so much with words. Yeah. There we go. Halfway done with the barrel roll. For the one time for chat. I don't even catch the name. I don't remember. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Free trial 64. Yeah. There you go, buddy. Any advice on building a rover trying to rescue Kerbal Star apart on Mun? Oh, we got a little too carried away with the barrel roll here. Yeah, you just kind of yeah, add-ons video on your YouTube or TikTok, or do I have an add-ons video? I have ads on Twitch, if that's what your question is. Yeah, rovers. Ideally at least 4 wheels, electric charge, solar panels, good torque, adequate power, and yeah, some method of landing without crashing. Ideally, like you could do like a sky crane. Or do I have mods? Do I have? I have a mod on Discord and Twitch. Yes, just one, because I'm not in the big times yet. You know what I mean? Most of the stuff I can handle on my own. But my mod on TikTok, or on Twitch rather, is a real cool dude. Love him. How long have I been there playing the game? Well, Rocco Vecchi, welcome in. How we doing? Thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you. I just started the live, literally like 16 minutes and 17 seconds ago. So your timing is really good. We just started playing. Sky Crane, sweet. Yeah, Sky Crane, you can't really go wrong with a Sky Crane. It's good for deployment and stuff like that, especially like, you know, because if you don't have a big payload that you can just kind of drive out of with your rover, you can have a Sky Crane drop it off. You know what I mean? Ooh, Rocco Vecchi with the likes. Appreciate it, big dog. Made a video about your KSP mods. Oh, no, you're good, buddy. No, see, I haven't dipped my toes in the long form content. I'm a short form kind of guy. Mostly just because it's kind of easier for editing, and I have a full-time job and everything. You know what I mean? Tavan Rope 9021. Hey, just tuning in. Is that an SSTO? Indeed, it is. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you. Yeah, it's an SSTO. This is specifically the Darius one, built specifically for like mid-size payloads, so low curb and orbit. Is what we normally do with this SSTO. I got a smaller version and then an even smaller version. Ooh, chat, we might have done it. Nice little sunset landing. right there at the KSC. We're going for re-entry or gliding. Kiwi, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you. Termite, what's happening? Yeah, Kiwi, we are re-entering right now. We're gonna try our best to line it up, not refire the engines, and glide into the KSC runway. Termite, I am fantastic. I think you just build a good lander, but you're confused on the Apo. What do you mean? What do you mean confused on the Apo? And the burns. Literally, kind of the smooth brain approach is just point retro and keep your speed down until you get to the surface and kill it all. How does that thing go retrograde? Sean Gilkey, it does not. Olga just cares about what all you run for when you get a foot. Yeah, I can after we get Jeb back, after he lands, I can pull up KSP. We're in KSP. I can pull up CCAN, do a quick glimpse. Fair enough. Yeah, Sean Gilkey, if this thing goes retro, it's because I forgot to transfer fuel, and we're in for a bad time if it goes retro. You're wiring up a Kerbal controller right now. Ooh, Deimos Corporation. Say more on that. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you. Welcome in. What do you mean a Kerbal controller? Also, chat, let me know if my sound levels are not great. I was kind of tweaking some stuff earlier. I think we're pretty dialed in. How big is midsize are we talking? Give me some tonnage. Yeah. So the satellite we just deployed was it was a little bit light because it had cryogenic fuel, and I want to say it weighed in at like 6 point something tons, 6.3 ish. And the Darius one did not struggle. The most we've done, I think, is like 9 tons, and it still does it pretty well, Light work for the Darius one, if you will. How do you actually transfer to Duna? All right. We got a couple of things we got to talk about. We got to talk about how to build planes. We got to talk about transferring to Duna. And then, yeah, Trey, we got to pull up CCAN. Yeah. All right. Liam, I got you. Trey, I got you. And then somebody else asked about planes earlier. I don't remember the name. My bad. But I got you as well. Oh, a little too much pitch. What is this music right now? Holy moly thing. Yeah, anytime. It's a Soviet-era themed console board that communicates with Kerbal through displays and controls. Interesting. Is it like running? That was my next question, Deimos. Yeah. Okay. So you're an Arduino connoisseur, an enthusiast, if you will. That's super dope. I dabble. I would say I have like a super baseline proficiency with. My fuel tanks are getting hot with Arduino. Part of a college class, I had to get real familiar with it, and then I was sort of dabbling because I had what's the fucking program called? CAD Tweak or CAD, the light version of CAD, with like Arduino Virtual and stuff, and yeah, you know. Then I started making like a automated garden. Why are we so hot in the front? An automated gardening system. It was really cool. Sound is good, volume levels are, music's 5, and voice is 5.5. Okay, all right, say less. Why do my clouds look so good? Fantastic question, Rocco Vecchi. It's because I have bought Exhibit A over there. I have Volumetric Cloud 5 by BlackRack on Patreon installed. Tinkercad, that's it, Deimos. Yeah, good stuff. Look at how we're lined up too. We're about to come over these mountains. I think we shouldn't have to refire. The KSC is. Something is shiny right here. I don't know what that is. It might be the KSC. Yeah, KSC is going to be right over here. We're going to try to keep this elevation and maintain some speed. We're going to pitch down like the tiniest little bit is what we do. My batteries are almost empty. That's right. It's because I have all my fucking experiments going. And what's actually going to be really tragic is if my batteries die, I don't have gear. Termite, you got the K-Cal Bellow Super Black Hole mod. Ooh, interesting. Gonna build a space station similar to the one from... Ooh, that's super dope. I'm excited to see it. You building right now? What are you doing? You in game? And if not, why not? Well, we got some roll wobble. Darius one. What are we doing here? I think that's the runway. Glitching through the clouds right here. So kind of new to KSP, how do you check your Delta V? Yeah, right here, bottom left. That'll tell you for each stage. Or what you can do is, I think we have to refire engines. Maybe. We'll see. You're loading up? Yeah, good stuff. Or you can install MechJeb. Unknown, you can install MechJeb, and MechJeb will tell you. Ooh, Unknown, welcome back, buddy. Good to see you again. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Your space station is a work in progress, Liam. Yeah, good stuff. I think we have... I'm going to put gear down. I just blew up an engine. How did I do that? Darius 1, what are we doing? Yeah, we got a refire, and my gear is down, but I kind of wanted to have gear down before I ran out of electricity, otherwise it'd be a water landing. It's fine, I'm not really pressed about it. Termite, gonna use the MK2 cockpit for the ISRS? Yeah, good stuff, it's a good idea. Unknown says my legs hurt from track. They gotta hurt to get stronger, I suppose. What site do I use for mods? Read the only site you should get mods from. The program that you should download to make your life a whole lot easier for managing mods is CKAN. C-K-A-N. You thought it was the orange part on the stages? What do you mean? Oh, I think that's like your cumulative. Right, so I've only got the one stage, so these two numbers are the same, but that's going to be your cumulative. But you can see per stage as well. That's how that works. Yeah, CKAN, what Liam just said. Also, not quite a sunset landing. A lot more like a nighttime landing. That's okay, though. We got this shit in the bag. This is light work. Light work for Darius 1. Pain is weakness, sleep in the body. Indeed, United 1980. Good to see you again, buddy. Welcome back. How we doing? How we feeling? Rocco Vetchu with more likes. You guys got me to 2.5K in the first 23 minutes of stream. You guys are nuts. You guys are the best. Yeah, anytime unknown. Alright, start killing some speed here. Our speed should be good. Gear is down, so we'll shave it off a little bit faster. Staging is locked still. I will read all these messages in chat here in a moment. I gotta lock in. Easy. Chat, it's alright. Don't stress. It's nothing we haven't done before. A slight shift to the right, even out, even out. Do a little flare up here, start killing some of this vertical velocity. Easy, hit the brakes here, get some speed brake action. A little too much flare up. We're killing our speed very nicely though. Oh, that was not good. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Chat. Stop. Darius, stop. It's fine, chat, it's fine. We broke a winglet, it's okay. We don't need it anyway. Gear down. Alright, so not our best landing. What role is the satellite going to play in the future? Relay or science? Butter the bread? I did not butter the bread, Tay. Absolutely. Ike, what's happening, buddy? How we doing? How we doing? How we feeling? How's your Tuesday going? Ha ha ha, even? Yeah. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, Tay Van Rope. Yeah, 3K likes. You guys are nuts on TikTok. Yeah, Tay Van Rope. I really don't know. The antennas that we have on the satellite we just deployed are kind of weak. Oh, it is Wednesday for you, buddy. That's right. Yeah, satellites are kind of weak, or the antenna rather. So I don't know that we'll get signal at Duna. But I think that we modify it a little bit, and maybe track and center recover. That's yeah, buddy. Laugh it up. Yeah, so I don't really know. I think we might just put it in a big eccentric polar orbit and let it be just a really good satellite for our comm relay. You know what I mean? Kerb's Live, good landing? Yeah, indeed. Not our best work, but that's okay. We stopped short. We ran out of electricity, but that's just kind of how it goes. Let's go in here. Let's pull the old Endeavor probe. Yeah. Laugh it up, everybody. You want to make a space plane? Any tips to get it to space? Fan, you are in the right place, Reed, for a breakdown of how space planes work. Yes, you need a lot of fuel and a lot of thrust and a whole lot of no drag. And the biggest things, all I'm going to give you is you want your center of mass a little bit ahead, not too far, a little bit ahead of your center of lift here, right? And then before you launch it and try to get to space, simulate, like open up your tanks right here and simulate, empty them all, simulate where your center of mass shifts, right? Because when you get to space, your center of mass is going to have shifted, and re-entry will not be very fun if your center of mass is not even close to your center of lift. So a whole lot of thrust and a whole lot of fuel is what you need. All right, back to the Endeavor probe here. We got to make some modifications. We want to go to Duna and Eve tonight, I think is what we do. Chat. But, well, sort of the problem, the best antenna we have here is only 15. They're both 15 GMs. We could double them up. right? So we could scrap these and take 2 of these bad boys is what we could do. That's not quite... What if I do this? Like so. I think that these deploy like that. We'll still have good solar panel coverage here. Chat, I think we're kind of cooking. I think we're kind of cooking with this. Yeah, let's do a little offset. Let's do a little like a little click down like this. Do you mostly make space planes or do you also do spaceships? Fantastic question, Rocco. This playthrough is space planes only, right? Obviously, this is not a space plane, but our method of getting to orbit is space planes only. If that makes sense. We'll take some space planes interplanetary at some point. I'm actually going to put this back here. But for now, it is space planes only. We're going to build our comm relay. We're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff, reusing our same planes. How much can an SSTO carry? Red, it entirely depends on your design. You can have enormous cargo bays, but if you don't have the thrust to get anything up in a low Kerbin orbit, it's not going to happen. So it depends entirely on... You can make them huge as fuck, and they'll still be an SSTO, and they can bring 20 tons into LKO. But it depends on your build. Is 3878 Delta V enough to go to Duna? We talking first stage, pre-launch, 3878? No. If we're talking 3878 from orbit, yes, absolutely. There's a game I think you would like. When I try to send maneuver to Duna, it won't work. Okay, Liam. All right, that's right. That's number 2. Number 2 of the thing that we were going to talk about. Hold on. I think somewhere. Hold on, chat. Hold on. We'll just go. Yeah, we'll just pull this up. Yeah, this is fine. All right, chat. Yeah, this works. All right, chat. Let me do a little one of these. Boom, right here. And I got to do it for TikTok too. Boom, little display capture. Add existing. Yeah, here we go. Add source. Boom. All right, chat. Except let me move it so it's not like huge. All right, Duna transfers. I got a whole lot of people asking about it. You the goat, dude? Yeah, hell yeah. I try, buddy. Your SSTO will haul Silent Stig. I think you were actually here. If you were here a couple of lives ago, welcome back. Glad to have you again. If not, welcome for the first time. Will haul 100 tons to orbit is nuts. It's called nuclear option. Okay, interesting. All right, transferring to Duna. First and foremost, lock in, chat. We got to remember geometry, right? Geometry. Triangles. We're gonna use the green color here is what we do. We need to make a right triangle, chat, is what we do. We're gonna keep this super basic, and we're talking a Hohmann transfer here. Hohmann. Okay. What we have to do, chat, is we have to make a right triangle. I can do a Hohmann transfer whenever I want, but I cannot get an intercept with another planet whenever I want. Okay? Things have to be lined up nicely. Planets have to be in specific positions for a Hohmann transfer to work. All right, W geometry. Yeah, hey, I actually failed geometry, I think, in like 10th grade, so you know what I'm saying? All right. Coffee. A little help from a Cal 100 controller, though? Yeah. All right. Our lock-in chat. As we can see, this transfer window is no good, right? If I change, let me go blue here. Okay, first, let me backtrack. Tyler, thanks for the likes, buddy. Appreciate that. All right, first and foremost, a Hohmann transfer. Some of you guys might know, some of you guys might not. We're going to talk about it anyway, right? A Hohmann transfer is literally the same thing that you do to get to the Mun, right? Same thing you do to get to Minmus. It's the same exact thing, right? Where we'll just say that like right here is our Apo, right? And we'll just say that over here is our Perry, right? And I'm gonna burn. Nah, that's okay. You guys get it. I'm gonna burn right here. Okay. or really anywhere, but right here, because we're at Kerbin, right? I'm going to make my orbit do this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Yeah, Picasso is punching the air right now. All right. Because chat, we're all orbital mechanics out here, right? And we know that to get a Duna intercept, we gotta overlap our orbits, right? Basically how this goes. So this is a Hohmann transfer, is all this is. It's a basic orbital maneuver like this. How do you get more delta V? More gas, more stages, more boosters, if you will. Better efficient engines. Check the engines that you use and look for the ISP. Right click on it, open up the menus on the side, and look at the ISP. The higher the number, the better the gas mileage. That's how that works. All right, chat. Hohmann transfer. So this is how, I mean, you can do this anywhere, right? We could try to get out to Joule out here, right? And it would just be the same exact thing. Okay. Same exact thing. However, right, if Duna is over here, right, and I escape Kerbin's SOI, sphere of influence, right, and I travel down this way. I go down this way because when we leave Kerbin's SOI, our orbit is pretty much exactly what Kerbin's is around the sun. All right. So when I leave this way, if Duna's back here, I leave and I follow my orbit, and I get up here, right? Duna's only going to be in this hypothetical orbit, like right here. Meaning there's not going to be anything right here for us to intercept. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be anything out here giving me gravity to suck me into a different sphere of influence. Makes sense? So the word intercept and the action of intercepting is kind of literal, right? So when we follow our transfer window, when we make our right triangle, when Duna's right here, right, and we do our Hohmann transfer like this, we just launch, and then we set our maneuver node up like right here on this side of Kerbin, right? We just burn prograde, and eventually what'll happen is we'll get an intercept like right here, because while we follow our orbit going this way, right, we travel all the way down this, and Duna's going slower because it's further away from the sun, right? And by the time we get to right here, we're getting slower and slower because our apo's up here, right? By the time we get up here, Duna has come from right here and will be right here, meaning we get an intercept. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense? That's how you get to Duna. This is your transfer window right here, this right triangle. The sun, Kerbin, and Duna are going to be your 3 points of a triangle, right? Kerbin has to be the 90-degree portion of the right triangle, and Duna has to be over here. Does that make sense? Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm going to assume you guys are all shaking your head. Yeah, you guys all locked it in. All right. Right triangle. That's really all there is to it. And then once you're in a right triangle, just unwarp, right? Tyler, yeah, good stuff, Tyler. Yeah, Tyler paid attention. Good shit. Once you kind of feel like this window is here, right? This is legit. You put your maneuver node like right here. I usually, if I'm going to Duna, I usually have like 2 or 3 vessels in orbit of Kerbin, just kind of waiting for the window to open up, and then I just kind of send them all at once. But your maneuver node will be somewhere like about right here on Kerbin's orbit. And you just push prograde until you'll see when you got to zoom out a whole bunch, but you'll see when your orbit lines line up, and you'll see the intercept marker. They'll get closer and closer and closer. You know what I mean? And then yeah, you just gotta feel it out. Anyway, let's get rid of this now. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of. Oh, Twitch and YouTube couldn't even see me. Sorry, everybody. I forgot to organize my my layers, so I was just blocking myself the whole time. Hello again, Unk. What's happening? What's happening? I'm live on all 3 platforms: TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. All right. I think with this modification here, you eventually get diminishing returns if you add too many probes here. So I'm not really worried about adding more. What I might do here, let's no, my decoupler's right here. I think the 2 with this battery here of 675 electric, that is a lot. I think that should be okay. Let's what experiments do we have on board with this probe? I think we have a telemetry and a site report. Yeah, we got site. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's plenty. What we could do as well. How about all right? Hell yeah, buddy. Sounds good, buddy. Maybe we add like one more. Ooh, we'll do a magnetometer here. Let's do this. Let's add this, but on this side here. Let's go like right. Not symmetrical. Let's just do the 1, please. Let's scale it down. Okay, I can't scale it down. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. We'll go like right there. Yeah, the antenna should be clear. It's kind of on the decoupler a tiny little bit. Let's go like right here. Perfect. It should be okay. Let me just see. All right, good stuff. Perfectly clear. All right. Let's add an action group to this as well. This is what we should do. Let's go custom 1. Toggle panels and toggle antenna, please. Save this. And then Tay Van Rope, you asked me earlier for exact weight. This is a 4.295 ton probe that we launched, and it does not even come close to making the Darius 1 struggle at all. All right. You love the look of the probe? Yeah, hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah, good stuff. It's a very nice probe. All right, gotta go now. It's nice. Yeah, Reed. Yeah, get out of here. Hope the rest of your night goes good. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. 4.5K likes. Yeah, you guys are nuts. Certified nuts. I appreciate it big time. All right. Let us load up another one of these Endeavor probes here. Yeah, let's do a little one of these right here. Let's get this one out of here with its weak antenna. Maybe we launch 2 of these. One for a polar orbit comm relay. And then one for there we go. Perfect. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do quite nicely. One for a very eccentric polar orbit relay, and then one to actually go to Duna. And then maybe we do 2 to Duna. Maybe that's what we do. All right. Am I gonna go to Eve? Yeah, I very well might. More batteries. I don't. The thing that I think is draining my battery, because I have a whole bunch. I got 800 charge right here. I just keep running the science, which I don't need to be doing. It's just draining all my electric charge. So we'll just not do that. Is what we'll do. Yeah. Seismic. That's for surface only, right? Yeah, firm surface. Yeah. Okay. We're not gonna take that. We're not gonna worry about that. We're not going surface. All right. What we very well could do is we could build specifically a lander probe for doing an Eve. Get all 4 of them, 2 and 2, right? A relay, an orbit probe, and a lander probe for Duna, and an orbit and a lander for Eve. We could very well do that. Is what we could do. It's a right triangle, but there's no intercept. What do you mean? Generators? Yeah, I got solar panels. All right. First one, going up into orbit here. First one of the entire series going up in orbit. We're pretty well lined up. A little nighttime launch. We're actually not lined up like at all. Let's do a little one of these. Yeah, pretty well lined up. All right, chat. I'm gonna make a nice cinematic for you guys. Do a little one of these. Here we go. A little one of these. All right, chat. We're sending it. Here it is. Full throttle. Here we go. It's a right triangle between Mervin, the Sun, and Duna, but there's no intercept. Land on Eve, man, and come back. Yeah, that's like the hardest thing to do in this game. You gotta like assemble a whole brand new rocket with like 20,000 Delta V just to come back. Back in the ancient times, when this game was new and everybody was on the forums, that was like the hardest challenge to do, and like nobody had done it. It's a right triangle, Liam says, between Mervin, the Sun, and Duna. You mean Kerbin, but autocorrect got you. Is Kerbin your 90 degree of the right triangle? I have a mustache hair. There we go. Yeah, it is. But there's no intercept. Is your orbit pushed out far enough? Have you zoomed out and looked at both your orbits lined up? Are you in an equatorial orbit from Kerbin? Unirive just landed on an even turn. Ooh, hell yeah. Yeah, good stuff, buddy. That's like the certified the hardest thing to do in this game. So congrats. We gotta change. We're slightly off 90 here. Just ever so gently shift our pro right here. We're gonna build speed while we do this. That's fine. We're gonna climb a little tiny bit. I'd like for our pro to hard stick on. There we go. That should do it. It's a hard stick on 90. The lander was asparagus stage 6 ways? Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what you need. Tyler, you're still going absolutely bonkers on liking the live. I appreciate that big time. You see a closest approach but no intercept? Alright, so instead of prograde, mess around with the two fucking, the blue circles. Mess with those. Shift it, see what that does. It's not the normals. It's I don't remember. I'm blanking on what they're called. But the blue circles, where it shifts to left and right. All right, we're gonna pitch down a tiny little bit. Start going supersonic here. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna start building speed. A 10 degree AOA here. A good pilot helps. Yeah, indeed, indeed, indeed it does. Build more and more speed here, 400 meters a second. We're going to start ripping through the skies here in a second. The speed is just going to start stacking up, and we're just going to smooth brain, hands off, let the Darius 1 climb on its own, because it's a fantastic plane for that. I think sound is actually a little bit loud. Let me turn that down a tiny little bit. I can actually probably mic is good. Mic is good. You haven't done space planes? Yeah, they're kind of tough, but once it clicks, it clicks. You know what I mean? When you finally get it, it sinks in. You know what I mean? It's cool though. Yeah, space planes are sick. I very much enjoy space planes. What's the ideal periapsis height? It just depends. It depends on like how close you can get it. You're talking like once you get an intercept, like your peri on Duna. The atmosphere starts, or the atmosphere stops. I guess the Kármán line for Duna is 50 kilometers. So as close as you can get it to 50, I think the better, because I usually try to at least get a low orbit, depending on what I'm doing. But the closer the better, the less delta V you need, especially if a low orbit's your goal. All right, here we go. We're absolutely ripping now. Let me open up my orbit info here. I got a slight heading deviation here. Don't want that. What is this music? What is this cornball TikTok Viking music right now? There we go. That's a good heading. Nice and equatorial. You can use parachutes, yeah. You got 34 million. But if you got to intercept, you got to intercept. You know what I mean? If that's the closest you can get, especially if you got RCS on board, you can kind of finesse it a little tiny bit. You can use a scroll wheel too, to make super minor adjustments to your maneuver node. Close cycles switch off any second now. And then it's also easier too, once you have the intercept, you can go hands off, and once you escape Kerbin's SOI, you can mess with your maneuver node, or set a new one up rather, and you can kind of tweak around and see how close you can get. Because the earlier into your journey to Duna that you make adjustments, the larger they translate and the less delta V you have to use. Did some rework, and 8970, yes, 8971 is more than enough, Unknown. You should be able to get there. We're going to ease back on the throttle here. Don't want to waste all this delta V. Make a correction burn after you get an encounter? Yes. The atmosphere starts at 50k? Yeah. What Davey said. And I usually wait until after I'm out of Kerbin's sphere of influence, because it's still going to be dirt cheap with the Delta V to make any kind of corrections. But yeah, yeah, exactly what Davey said. Yeah. All right, our Apo is 50 kilometers and climbing. I'm gonna throttle back even more to not waste all this fuel down here. Just what do you say? Yeah. Average rocket I build for the month. God, unknown, you're crazy. You're a more boosters kind of person. All right, 63 kilometers is our Apo. We're actually gonna pitch down. I'm a little late to the pitch down game, but that's okay. I'm gonna throttle down like a whole bunch here. We're gonna pitch way down. Okay, maybe not quite that far down. This is good. This is good. This is good. All right, here we go. Apo is 78 and climbing. We're gonna get to, yeah, we'll let ourselves get to 80. It's degrading a little bit because we're still in the atmosphere. That is okay. I'm not really pressed about it. Our parry is negative 88, so we're gonna get closer to our Apo and then we circularize. Wait until you leave the influence cover to make credit. Yeah. All right, chat. Dare I say, a little preemptively here, that we have done it. Any second now, we are going to... I'm actually going to warp a little bit. Get this show on the road here. Get the Endeavour probe deployed and parked in low Kerbin orbit, ready to rock as soon as the Duna transfer window opens up. We got 3 more of these to launch, and then we're in business. No, we got 4 more of these, because one of these is going to be, this is going to be our comm relay, our built-in polar orbit, and then the next one that we launch is going to be our first comm probe to Duna, and the second one, the next one, the third one, is going to be our lander for Duna. Do we do a rover too? We very well might be able to. This is awesome. Hell yeah, buddy. I'm glad you think so. That's the whole goal with creating content and stuff. You know what I mean? You hope that people enjoy it. All right, we're gonna warp a little tiny bit. We're gonna get to like 76, and then pitch down and circularize here. We're not gonna deploy though until we get to the sunny side, just so that I can see what's going on. And pitch a little further down here. All right, easy peasy. Easy does it. We're going to throttle up here. Ooh, Davey liking the live? I appreciate that, buddy. Much appreciated. All right, easy does it. Periapsis is almost sea level now. We are negative 5 kilometers. Sea level. 10 kilometers. 15. There it is, here it is. 50. 60. We are in orbit. 77 by 73 kilometer circular orbit around Kerbin is what we got. So let's go ahead and deploy our panels here. Radiator and solar panels. Let's get our cargo door open. And then we warp. We're gonna warp and we're gonna roll some to get our solar panels in the sun here. Low as it gets, yeah, pretty much. And I still got, the Darius 1 still has 1,000 meters a second of Delta V. Let's go here, get our panels in the sun. Nice, yeah. The Darius 1 is a very solid, very reliable ship. Let me tell you, very reliable space plane. I will say. All right, let's start our warp now. Get a little sunrise going. Nice little cinematic sunrise for chat. Do it for the one time. Take a swig of coffee here. All right, we are in the sunlight, so let's go ahead, kill our warp. We got full electric charge. We are going to deploy the Endeavour probe here. Undock you. Swap over. RCS on. Let's kill some of that backwards velocity there. And then we are going to ever so gently deploy the probe. Here she comes. Big grand reveal. Endeavor probe. Out of the cargo bay. Destined for a very No, I'm actually an idiot. We went equatorial. The next one is going to be a polar. Is how this goes. So this one's going to go to Duna. The next one we're going to launch polar. We'll have less delta V once we're in orbit. But that will be our comm probe. This one will go to Duna. And then we'll launch a couple more and get everybody ready for Eve. Let's extendo recho everything. Panels and antennas here. And yeah, this one is ready to rock. Yeah, batteries are charging right back up. No, I'm not buying viewers. Get out of my chat. All right, swap back to the Darius one here. Close doors. And then Kerbin is dark right now, so we're gonna do a couple of laps here. Beautiful, thank you. The orbit will decay at the altitude, I think. No, there's a you can download mods for orbit decay, but no, I don't think stock game does that. I think it's like an aerodynamics mod that does it, but no, I don't have that installed. A little too much for me. There's some things that just, you know what I mean. It gets to a point. Yeah. All right. And yeah, we're just gonna warp. We're gonna let Kerbin have a nice little morning sunrise, and then we land. Is what we do. Warp a little bit faster here. How's our battery looking? We are full on battery. We'll go right here. This music, I'm telling you. Let's go ahead and point ourselves retro here. There's the mun over there. We're gonna point ourselves retro. We're gonna get to about like right here, and then we are going to initiate a periapsis for re-entry. Is what we do. This song is a whole lot better. This is what I meant when I said royalty-free cinematic. Something like this. All right, easy. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and go now. And we'll go about like right. We'll go about like right here. RCS. We might actually overshoot. I'm terrible at lining this up every single time. Got a quick question: why do lower orbits go faster than further? Because you are the closest. I can visualize the explanation, but how do I explain the explanation? You are as close to gravity as you can possibly be without it pulling you back down to the ground. If that makes sense. Maybe we go a little more aggressive. Do we go 25? Maybe we go 25. Lest we overshoot. Closer you are to a mast, the faster you go. Yeah. No, okay, all right. Yeah. Merry-go-round at the park. Merry-go-round at the park. Okay, when you're like in the middle, you don't feel like nothing, right? You just stand perfectly still. You just stand straight up. But when you step just a touch outside of the middle, it's a smaller circle. Meaning you're traveling faster, right? It feels like you're traveling faster, and you are traveling faster because it's a shorter radius, right? And you're like just outside of the center, and so you're just fucking ripping around the center, right? But when you're on the outside, you get the stronger G-forces and stuff, right? But like, I guess your speed of travel is slower. You know what I mean? That might be a good metaphor. I'm not really a physicist like that, but if I had to use a metaphor, that's probably the one that I feel like works the best. All right, I gotta transfer fuel is what I gotta do. I almost forget that every single time. We're gonna open up all these fuel tanks here. Every single one of them. Bring you right here. Transfer all that fuel in there, please. You almost died on one of these? Oh, one of the merry-go-rounds? Yeah. They're dangerous as a kid. I used to mess around with those so bad in such a dangerous fashion. Sparkling water. Delicious. My favorite beverage. All right, we're going to also initiate some roll here. So we're nice and level upon re-entry. Ooh, Termite, I see you in here. Welcome back, buddy. Good to see you again. You think high 9Gs? Yeah, there you go. We're gonna do a cheeky little one of. Excuse me. Oh, we actually stopped our roll like perfectly. And we're gonna go ahead and preemptively pitch down is what we do. We're gonna be coming in a little bit hot, but that's fine. I'm not too terribly worried about it. Well, right here, and then we'll warp. Look at us. We lined that up perfectly. Let's retract our panels here. We should be adequately cooled off. That was a lot of laps. Yeah, we're at 186 right now. And climbing, though, because we're now officially in the atmosphere. Let's pitch down a little bit more. Some more preemptive pitch here. Start inducing a lot of this drag. Oh, right there. Right there will do. You got your parry to 12 million. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Look at you. That's your first ever doing an intercept, right? V for the chase? Nah, no. And if so, congrats, Liam. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Look at you go. First ever doing an intercept. Shared with everybody. In front of all chat. Look at you go. I actually really want to see the other planets with volumetric clouds installed. I haven't done it. I've seen them from the tracking station, but obviously it's not going to be the same. Eve probably goes crazy. All right, little cinematic sunrise. Turn some of these lights on. Here, I'll go, chat. We'll warp a little tiny bit. There you go. Ooh, another thing I also did too, pre-stream today, I made I Googled all day as to why OBS just randomly decided that with Twitch it wants to be super laggy, and I got it fixed. And it was because OBS was getting super laggy every time it was minimized. So obviously every time I opened up the game, it was just like FPS drops, which is really weird, but we got it figured out. I recorded, I tested it like a million times, and even right now, buttery smooth. It's counterproductive, and most people say it's you want to make sure it's off, but hardware acceleration from Windows was not on. And I just turned it on just to see, and buttery smooth. Perfect. This is cool? Yeah, hell yeah, Davey. I'm glad you think so. All right. Look at these clouds. Look at these visuals. Look at this. Beautiful. 10 million is good? Yeah, 10 million is super good. It's usually, because I usually don't feel like messing with the maneuver node for like a whole hour in a row. So I'll get to about like 10 to 15 mil is what I do. Then I just burn retro, lock myself into an orbit. It's usually about what I do. So I would say that's good. All right, we're 52 kilometers up. We're going to stay pitched pretty good here. I'm going to deploy speed brakes, kill a whole bunch of this speed as fast as I can. Because we're coming in kind of aggressive. We set our parry to like 25. But it's because I don't want to overshoot the KSC here. When you're burning the Duna, do I still do half the burn time or burn right on the node? Same deal. You split the burn time in two. Half before, half after. Same deal. And especially even more so when you go interplanetary, because again, any like small adjustment that you make translates to a huge output at your end, like at your destination, when you go interplanetary. Yeah. So any slight variation in your velocity will translate into a large output further down the road, if that makes sense. Oh, we're starting to lose some speed here. Maybe we're actually locked at like 2319. We're very quickly descending though. We might overshoot, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Is it bad that you can see a Duna escape? No, because you haven't locked yourself into orbit yet. But once you get out there and you can warp all the way out there if you want. And once you get to your parry at Duna, point retro and just burn. Capture yourself in an orbit. Because you're going to be, when you intercept, you're still going, like you're going the speed that like a planet would go to orbit the sun. You know what I mean? So you're not going slow enough. It's just like when you go to the moon. You're not going slow enough for the gravity to fully capture you. It's just doing enough that like it's gonna pull on you as you absolutely rip through the sky past it. You know what I mean? So that's when you get that curve like that. You know what I mean? You're just not going slow enough for it to properly catch you. That's why you burn retro when you get out there. All right, we're gonna swap to air breathing mode here. Yeah, I fear that we do overshoot. Not too terribly bad, but we overshoot nonetheless. Retro on the parry. Yep. Just like when you go to the Mun. What is this song? What is this? What are we doing? All right. We're not in any overheat conditions yet, which is really good. We're still going to pitch down a whole bunch. We're probably going to end up like right here or so. Like island runway maybe? We might even be able to whip around and still land on the runway. You know what I mean? Might actually work out pretty good. Yeah. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how bad we overshoot. I'm going to pitch down a little harder. Nothing is too much for the Darius 1. Look at us. Look at us. Just killing our speed here. Yeah, we really didn't overshoot all that bad. We might be able to glide in. I don't know. We'll see. We're definitely going to land, though. We're going to kill our speed brakes here. Let's pitch up. We'll still kill some speed, but we'll maintain our elevation here. Pitch back up some. We're going to have to refire engines. That's okay. Start a little bank here. And then we're going to weasel our way down to a 270 heading. All right, we lost all our speed. Ooh, an engine failed on the Darius 1. It's gone for good. Uh-oh. We do have one main engine failure. That's okay. Ooh, your pair's at 9 mil. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff. Ooh, unknown. You got a Duna intercept too? Look, everybody's going crazy in chat right now. Everybody's going to Duna. We're also going to go to Duna. Eventually. We got to set up for it. All right, here we go. 270 heading. We see the KSC right up there. We're going to bank a little bit more towards it. A little more to the left here. Line ourselves up on the runway. Level back out. We're going to go like about half throttle. We don't want to waste any time. We want to get there fast. How high do you want your orbit? That entirely depends on what you want to do. You can go low orbit if you want. You can go low to high, high to low. You can go high, high, or you can go low, low. It just depends on what you want to do. All right, there is the runway. We're going to start a little right roll here, a little right turn, ever so gently. About right there should do. A little bit more. Yeah, that'll work quite nicely. Let's go quarter throttle here. Ooh, you're about to land on Duna. Good stuff, Termite. That's three of you guys in chat right now. 3 of you guys are at Duna. Or about to be. Doing stuff on Duna. Look at you guys go. Alright, this is a good speed. We're shaving some off. I think we're gonna maintain about a 300 meter a second speed. Rapidly approaching the KSC. Get full recovery money here. Alright. We're gonna no, we're not gonna kill throttle. We'll go like quarter. Well, 25%, if you will. Yeah, we're still about lined up. I got charge, right? Electricity? Yeah, we do. It took me entirely too many failed landings to realize that electricity with Kerbalism installed, or lack thereof, means that you don't get landing gear. We are going to land with a main engine failed and everything. Oh, your shit exploded? Uh-oh. You only had one parachute installed, huh? That atmosphere is super thin. Super duper thin. Alright, here we go. Gonna kill throttle now. Easy, chat. It's fine. We're gonna butter the absolute bread on this one. It imploded now. Yeah, it's not good, buddy. But you got there, and that's what counts. This landing won't be like the last one. We're gonna actually kill it this time. In a good way. Here we go. Slight to the left here. Hit the brakes. Speed brakes. Start shaving off all of this speed. Just easy. Line ourselves up. Kill off as much of this speed as we can. Flare. Flare. Shoots. I waited a little too long on shoots. It's fine. I think we overshoot again. We might be okay. Yeah, we're gonna overshoot for sure. That's fine. That's fine. I keep waiting too long on the parachutes is what I'm doing. Keep coming in way too hot. It's fine. We still get 100% money recovery. It was going too fast or something? Yeah. What, did you have parachutes installed or what? Alright, so the one we just launched is for Duna. We're gonna launch, let me see what kind of contracts we got here. Put a Kerbal in orbit for 30 days. We could do that. We can have a total of 7 here. We got a deadline? No, we don't. I got a piece. We're gonna take a peek at orbits and stuff, or contracts and stuff here. No, we're just gonna load up the Darius 1 again, and we're gonna launch this time in a polar orbit for our next probe to ensure that we have connectivity for our probe that goes to Duna. All right, and then we build a lander probe, a crash probe, if you will, maybe a rover. We'll see. We'll see. So we're gonna line this one up on the runway here. I gotta pee, and then we send it. Then we run it back. We do this one. I have to pee so bad. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm going to throw the break screen up for everybody on Twitch and YouTube, and then as well for TikTok. Hold on. All right, we are officially back. We're back in business, everybody. All right, chat. let's get this probe up in the air, huh? Let's first and foremost retract our panels. Don't want to break those. We're gonna taxi the tiniest little bit. Just straighten ourselves on the center line here. And away we go. The cinematic mode for all you guys. Little one of these, little one of these. Brake set, SAS on. Yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go. How high should my orbit of Duna be? It is, Liam, it is whatever you want it to be. 50 kilometers is where you start hitting the atmosphere, so if you want to stay in space, above that. Tan Man, what's up, buddy? Good to see you again. I just saw you hop in. Yo, what's up? How we doing? How we doing? Welcome back. All right, here we go. Perfect timing. We're about to deploy a satellite and polar orbit of Kerbin here. We're setting up for Duna tonight, is what we're doing. Brakes. Why are we closed cycle right now? Why are we closed cycle right now? I should have known. Nah, it's fine. We run it. We run it. We got plenty of Delta V. I'm not even a little bit worried about it. Here we go. Let them wind up. And down the runway we go. Except the thing that we got to do is we got to go north. We're gonna go polar. We're gonna go polar and eccentric. Easy. Easy pitch program. Easy does it. We did not strike any winglets this time. A little too much pitch, Darius. Here we go. He just landed a space plane on Lathe. It was launched by rocket though. Oh, not SSTO. Yeah, it's still fucking impressive though. Let me tell you. All right, we gotta go. Yeah, we gotta go left to go north. So we're gonna build a little bit of speed here so as to not stall. Start a bank maneuver here. Set our heading for north, and then away we go. Maybe we do like an actual, like a 45 is what we do. We do like a 45. Keep it nice and eccentric here. While almost polar. There we go. Our heading is good. Spot on the money at a 45. We're at like a 15-degree angle of attack here. This is fine. We're just gonna go hands off and let Darius do its thing. You downloaded B9, procedural wings, and you couldn't find those slanted bits? Which slanted bits? What do you mean? Which ones? Like these? Yeah, these are literally just wings that I made and rotated. Like, you can rotate the whole wing, you know what I mean? It's all just B9 procedural wing. All of it. And you gotta hover over it and you hit the J button. And then you can modify it. Let me turn this back on. Alright, we're gonna at 5 kilometers, we're going to pitch down and start building some speed here. We're a little to the left of a 45-degree heading here. That's okay. Here we go. Start picking things up here. About a 10-degree AOA. Now we're over 400 meters a second here. So we're chilling. Darius is just going to do its smooth brain auto climb operation is what it does. You think you lost the Kerbals? Uh-oh. Why? Say more on that, unknown. What happened? Tell me about it. What'd you do? We'll actually go over here. There you go. Cinematic launch. Because fuck it, why not? You can still tilt stuff and change axis and oh yeah, no. Yeah, at first it's kind of confusing. It's not super clear. But yeah, you just hover your mouse over whatever wing you want to modify and hit J, and like all the nodes pop up to modify it. SHZ, welcome back. How are we doing? Thanks for stopping by again. Today we are setting ourselves up for a Duna mission. We have the Endeavour probe parked in a low Kerbin orbit, and we're launching the same Endeavour probe. Honestly, might be a slight waste of money. We got to go close cycle here any second. No, we're actually super fine. Yeah, and we're launching basically the same exact probe in a eccentric at like a 45-degree heading, an eccentric polar orbit. Because we have the antennas unlocked to have a proper comm system set up now and reach Duna. Ideally. So that's what we're doing. So this mission, and then maybe 2 more flights to park, or maybe 1 more to park a probe in low Kerbin orbit for Eve when the window opens up, and then yeah, that's what we're doing. But yeah, welcome back. Glad to see you again. How we doing? How's your Tuesday going? Excuse me. All right, we are rapidly approaching the point of swapping to closed cycle mode. Bye-bye. All right, Liam, why bye-bye? Like, you bye-bye, or you killed your... Gabe Cates, what's happening, buddy? Welcome back. All right, closed cycle. There we go. Can I play? Yeah, that's fine. All right, we're going to ease back on the throttle here. Open up orbit info. Yeah, Gabe Cates, welcome back, buddy. How we doing? How's your Tuesday night shaping up? Pretty good. Glad to have your stream on. Ooh, I'm on the TV right now. I'm on the phone right now for dinner. What are you having? What are you eating? Not enough fuel or bad maneuvers? As in, like, they're just stranded out there? Or what? I think we're gonna pitch up a little tiny bit here. We'll see what the Darius 1 feels comfortable holding. About right there. God, the Darius is so stable. Look, I'm hands off. And it pitches up, and it holds, just like that. The Darius 1 is so stable. I love this plane. We have built a phenomenal space plane with the Darius 1. Alright, Apo is... pitch is getting a little squirrely here. We're going to ease off the throttle a tiny little bit. Apo is 50 and climbing. We're going to pitch back down some. Get a little less aggressive with our Apo building. Translate some more of this velocity into horizontal velocity as opposed to vertical. Start pushing our orbit out. Ooh, thanks for liking the live, everybody. I see it out of the corner of my eye. I see the hearts going up. All right, Apo is 58 and climbing, almost 60. We're going to maintain this angle of attack here. You got a haircut today? Ooh, there you go. Feeling fresh or what? How's my Tuesday going? It's been good. It's been good. Had work, came home, and here we are. You know, nothing too crazy. Apo is 68, almost 70. We're gonna start pitching down even more to become even more circular here. We're gonna pitch down. I don't want my Apo going too high. We still got 1,200 meters a second in delta V. So we're gonna get kind of aggressive here with our pitch down. Throttle's good. Evolution Cubed, how we doing? Welcome back. Good to see you again. How we doing? How we feeling? How's your Tuesday going? Let me pitch down even more aggressively here. Our parry is negative 10 kilometers. I think we'll get to, yeah, we'll just get to sea level. Our Apo is 90, and then we're gonna circularize once we get there. All right, here we go. Unknown, lost in space without return, type lost. Uh-oh. Call it long-term science. Around the sun. SHZ, you're eating chicken and rice. Yes, sir. You're on the phone. Always saw clips of KSP, but I'm really... Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you like watching the actual gameplay. I will say this is very not normal gameplay, doing space planes only, but I love it. It's very satisfying. It's very satisfying, and it's just it just kind of changes the monotony a little bit. You know what I mean? It changes the play style. The reusability aspect is also just kind of really cool. You are on a desolate planet. Desolate planet. What do you mean? Where? Which one? Where are you at? Ooh, Gabe Kate's liking it live. Good shit, buddy. Appreciate that. What type of music do I listen to? Everything. If I could pick what we listen to right now without getting yelled at by YouTube, it'd be some Hans Zimmer, right, to fit the vibe. But literally everything. There's not much I don't listen to. Country radio, get out of here. Get out of here. There's not many no's. Coworker music, you know what I mean? A reference to Matt Lown Blunderbirds. Oh yeah, I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with Matt Lown, but not Blunderbirds. Hans Zimmer actually has been my number one on Spotify. Oh, Gabe, you're actually kind of nuts. Number one Hans Zimmer fan. Spotify rap. That's dedication. Call it dedication. Yeah, Ike. My thoughts exactly, buddy. My thoughts exactly, buddy. All right, let's get this done with. Yeah, let's start warping up to our Apo here. Circularize this orbit. Deploy the Endeavor Com probe. Is what we do. Wow, my parry is actually trash. I thought it was. All I did was go high. I thought my parry was a whole lot better than that. All right, we're gonna override protocol here. We're gonna pitch down pretty aggressively, and we're gonna circularize. Is what we do. Let's go ahead and get panels deployed. Cargo bay open. Yeah, Evolution. I don't know if you've been here when I mentioned it before. I'm familiar with Matt Lown, but my KSP YouTuber was Scott Manley, the man who wrote the ancient texts. Oh no, my parry just glitched out for a minute. I did have it at sea level, and then it just freaked out and it said it was 443 kilometers. I was very confused, or negative 443 rather. I'm gonna pitch down a little more aggressively here. We still have 1,000 meters a second of delta V, and we're in a polar orbit, and we wasted some gas on the runway. The Darius 1 knows no bounds. Let me tell you, chat. We're just gonna get kind of squirrely. We're gonna get kind of silly here. No, we're not. Do I think the dinosaurs were actually made extinct because God was upset that they didn't make Steely Dan? It's a strong theory, Gabe Cates. I will say. It's a strong theory. All right, let's get to our Apo of 95 here. You remember also how close can Kerbal be to the sun? I have no idea. I have no idea. Wow, what's up? Are you is that your next mission? Is that what you're planning? Let me get a little closer to like right here. And then we're gonna get to like 93 kilometers. And then we're crossing the radiation belt. What are you talking about? I think I have shielding in the flight deck here. Yeah, we do. We're fine. We can be in the radiation belt. That's all right. Jeb will not be harmed. We have adequate shielding in the flight deck of the Darius 1. Let's pitch down. And let's all right, you know what? We're in orbit. I'm not going to get hung up on a circle here. That's a very good almost polar orbit. Am I still building the Gabe Cates you started yesterday? No, we're not. Not yet. It's not entirely necessary yet, and there's bigger and better things that we can do in the meantime. It's on the to-do list, but probably not tonight. We're gonna go interplanetary tonight, is what we do. We just have to set the stage here. All right. Do a little one of these. Little one of these. There we go. Little cinematic deployment of the Endeavor probe. Yeah, the Gabe Cates is actually intergalactical indeed. Let's deploy our antennas and our solar panels here. There they go. Bing bang boom. And then we are going to go ahead. We have 17 ignitions of this engine, which is what we ran into the other day with the Endeavor probe. The Mun and Minimus, but I had we got the malfunction because I had way too many ignitions on it. So let's go ahead. We're just going to set this orbit like stupidly high is what we do. And we're time we are adequately clear of the Darius 1, so let's go ahead and start our burn here. I'm going to fix our staging a little bit as well. We have 3,500 meters a second of delta V in this thing. We're going to go, I think maybe what we do is we just go, we just go in between the Mun and Minmus. Because I don't want to get accidentally sucked up by the Mun one of these days and slungshot out of the sphere of influence. Is what we don't want to happen. If it answers that guy's question, you can get up to 1 million kilometers from Kerbal before the heat becomes a problem. Oh, interesting. Whoa, a little too much, a little too much, a little too much. Yeah, 25 by 25. That feels good. That feels good. All right. So the stage is set for now. We're too far from Jeb. So what we do now is we bring Jeb back home. Okay, we bring Jeb home. We got some fog at the KSC here. Limited visibility. Yeah, we bring Jeb home, and then we maybe build and park a rover carrying vessel into low Kerbin orbit. 5K likes. You guys are nuts in TikTok. You guys are nuts. I appreciate that big time. What happens if you just I'm gonna turn my logo off again. It gets in the way of every message every time. Turn that off. Can I make it smaller? Let me see. Chat, stand by. Stand by, chat. Maybe like right here. Do a little something like this. Chat, we feeling that? Does that feel good? What if we went like a one of these? Like a one of these. How does that look? It's no. Over here? Ooh, that's no, we're just gonna go mid. We're just gonna go middle. No, we're gonna go to the right. We're gonna go to the right there. Final answer, that's where we go. What happens if you just fly into the abyss in Kerbal? What do you mean? Like way just straight line away from the sun or what? Ooh, Tam man, thanks for the likes, big dog. Much appreciated. Alright, let's. Where's the KSC? KSC is ooh. Oh, but we're like polar, that's right. No, we could still run it. We could still run it and come in like right here, glide in. Yeah, that's not entirely out of the question here. Let me close the cargo bay up. This is gonna be a little interesting, chat. A little interesting here. Like, is there a map limit? I have no idea. I've never tried it. Unknown, you lost them. Oh, that's so tragic. That's so tragic. You hate to see it. Hey, but lessons were learned, and now they're on a long-term science gathering journey, is what they're doing. I'm gonna point retro here. Checking our thermal data. Yeah, we're chilling. We're cooling off very adequately. Am I warping? No, we're not. We're just very slow to move here. But we do point retro preemptively. And I think we're gonna try and put our parry like right here at like a nice smooth like 30. Hello, Asmund. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? I am from California. That's where I'm currently streaming from. Welcome in. Glad to have you, buddy. All right, yeah, we're gonna go about like right. Yeah, about like right here. That'll do. And then the tiniest little bit of throttle. Yeah, sorta. Will the Darius one move? That's the question. Chat, don't let me forget, I gotta move fuel around. Currently have a satellite on escape trajectory from Kerbal. That's crazy. It's 6 billion. God. You gotta go. No, Evolution, you're good. You're good. I appreciate you hanging out for as long as you did. I appreciate it big time. I hope the rest of your night goes good, buddy. See you at the next one. Alright, we're basically retro now, so let's go ahead and start burning. Let's get our parry down to, well, we'll do about like 28. We'll do about 28 is what we do. Easy. Maybe we actually do, we'll just do 30. We'll do 30 because we're kind of higher than normal. We got a little more speed to shed than normal. Alright, so now what we do is we're going to point pro. Open up all of these fuel tanks here. Boom, 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 boom. Move you over here. Put all that fuel in here. And then our CG will be good to go. And we'll be adequately ready for re-entry. Well, you made a good salad earlier? Tell me about it. What'd you have in it? And then what we're going to do is we're going to warp to... We're not going to warp. We're just going to... I mean, yeah, we're going to warp this probe here to its apo, and then we're going to circularize, and then we come back. And then maybe... Yeah, we got to build... We got to build uh the lander slash rover probe for Duna, and we will send both the orbit probe and the lander probe at the same time during the same transfer window, and then we'll see what kind of stuff we can't make happen. You know what I mean? All right, we're gonna do this. Here we go, and then we're just gonna warp in. Is what we do. Fuel is transferred. Flight deck is cooled off. You're from Gibraltar. Okay. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. My stream is all the way out in Gibraltar. That's super sick. All right, let's start warping now. Sliced cherry tomatoes, red onion, cucumber, red bell pepper, avocado, cilantro, and parsley. That is with blackened tilapia. That is a fantastic sounding. I would love a salad like that. What kind of sauce? What kind of sauce are we talking? What kind of dressing are we talking? All right, let's go ahead and start warping now to the Kármán line and start our re-entry protocol. Is what we do. All right, pull panels in. Point prograde. Turn RCS off. Ooh, Tan Man, you're still liking the live, buddy? You got me at 5.5K? I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that big time. Here we go. I'm going to swap back to air breathing here. Point just like so. Put our speed brakes up. We're just going to try and hold right here just like this. I'm transporting Jeb. Yes, Jeb has just taken the Darius 1 space plane into low Kerbin orbit to deploy the one of the Kernet probes. It's technically the Endeavor probe, but for its purpose, we have renamed it the Kernet probe because it's going to be for our comm relays. We're currently setting the stage to send 2 probes at the same time to Duna. We're going to send an orbital probe and a lander probe with maybe a rover in it. We'll see. We'll see how big we start making stuff. But yeah. Yeah, it's currently what we're doing. I actually don't know if I have the tech for a rover. It might just be a lander. We'll see. Meaning, maybe we do like two landers. But yeah, Jeb is currently re-entering. He's about to come back. You didn't use the dressing, but if you do olive oil with lemon zest, some other shit, yeah. No, that sounds good. That sounds super good. There you go, chat. A little cinematic re-entry for you. We'll pitch down even a little bit more. We do like this right here. We do like this right here. And we'll just hold. A little one of those. There you go. Cinematic re-entry coming up. What planet is this? This is Kerbin. We are still local. We'll warp a little bit. Once we start seeing the air effects, then we'll unwarp. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Chat, it's time. Chat, lock in. Chat, lock in. It's time. Why does my controllability feel so heavy? It feels heavier than normal, I'll say. What how we looking on? Okay, maybe we fly to the KSC, maybe we just water land it up. I don't know, TBD, we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Have I ever watched The Illusionist with Edward Norton and Jessica Biel? No, never. Is it a show or a movie? Let's go surface here. Yeah, we're pretty much lined up. Still gonna pitch down a little harder. And then let's just warp. Let's get into the thick of it here. Yeah, hello Asmund. Do you play Kerbal? You play KSP? We got some thick cloud coverage over here. I don't really love that. It's a movie, you should watch it. Jessica Biel's also just... Oh, yeah, fair. Yeah. What's, give me, like, a crash course on the plot line. Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah. What's, what missions are you running right now? Tell me about it. What are you currently working on in KSP? Your KSP crashed? Uh-oh. Mid-save or what? Not many computer stores? Oh, fair. Yeah, yeah, fair. You played on console? All right, we're already getting some overheat conditions, and we still have 2160 meters a second to shave off. Oh, you're in orbit? Okay. How long have you played? You, like, pretty new to it, or what? Termite, you landed on Duna? Hell yeah. Then, okay, well. What an emotional roller coaster those two sentences were. Was anything saved? Was anything salvaged? Did anything survive? Crazy stuff, and it also has the legend of Paul Giamatti, so that's, no, that's fair. Yeah, Termite did get to Duna, and then, yeah, that's, yeah. Oh, hello, Asmin, you're pretty new? Okay, okay. Have you made it to orbit yet at all, or no? Yo, Darius won. Why are we bouncing like this? Let me turn SAS off. Reset. I think we're on the southern tip. No, that's right here. Yeah, I think we're just going to ocean land it is what we do. I think that's how this goes. And that's okay. Your space station's still there, but you think they're dead. Uh-oh, that's actually tragic. Yes, hello, Asmund. It is very hard. It is a huge learning curve, but let me tell you, it's also the most gratifying learning curve of any video game I've ever played. Ever. Easy, Darius. Easy. Easy. Yeah, we should be all right. We're not going to get too hot. We're already down to 1,600 meters a second. We should be all right. The flight deck is only just crossing the line into uncomfortably warm, so we should be okay. Should be more than fine. Should you deorbit the space station before you leave? That is entirely up to you and how ethical you would like your space agency to be. That got really hot. I didn't like that. Let me just pitch up a little tiny bit. Let me hit the speed brakes now. Kill off our last little bit of speed here, because now we're in uncomfortable territory with how warm the flight deck is. Yeah, we're not flying back to the KSC. We're just gonna park it right here in the middle of the ocean, or leave for future mission. You could. Okay, you can do orbit. All right, yeah, there you go. It is your space agency. You can do whatever you want, Termite. That's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? You got it 2 days ago, but you were learning because you pretty recently moved back from America. Okay, yeah, yeah. There you go. You're a busy person over there. How long were you out here? We're gonna unlock staging here, so that we can deploy our chutes once we. I'm more of a dog or a cat guy. I have one of both, Gabe Cates. But let me tell you, if I could only have one, it'd be a cat. For sure, a cat. We're landing in the middle of a storm. It sounds like I just heard some thunder. Yeah, there it is right here. Big storms. I think it's the mainland for the KSC over there. I think, or maybe it's up there. Hard to say, hard to say. We're down to 400 meters. We're going to start flaring up a little bit here. Start killing some of this speed. Put speed brakes on. We're still dropping a little bit. That's fine. We're level while we do it. Shave off all this speed. We got a ways to go. We're at 160 meters a second still. Flare up some. There we go. This is nice. This is nice. 4 years got, ooh, aerospace engineer degree. That's super dope. That's super dope. All right, here we go. 100 meters a second. We'll deploy chutes any second now. We're dropping, but at a nice angle. All right, last flare up. Drogue chutes. And then ever so gently, touchdown in the ocean. We have done it, chat. We have done it. Absolutely butter the bread on the ocean landing. A cat that acts like a dog is the best best pet you can possibly have. Yeah, fair. Yeah, Termite, go eat. Go eat. Besides maybe a raccoon named Dave. Also fair. Yeah. Yeah. I have no further commentary on that. Gabe Cates. All right, so let's finish up with this probe in its polar eccentric orbit. Ooh, with the follow. Hello, Asmund. Much appreciated. Much appreciated indeed. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Let's warp to Apo here. is what we do. And then we will circularize. That's how this is going to go. Our APO is currently 25 million meters above sea level. What kind of cat do I have? I have, she's a calico. She's really sweet. She's kind of an old lady now, though. She is, if I had to guess, because I adopted her, she's probably about 13 years old. She's real sweet. Let me kill RCS. I don't like that song. Don't care for it. Next. The only kind of downside to this is we overpacked on the gas, so we're gonna have like over 2,000 meters a second of delta V left. But that's fine. I'm not super worried about it. What that means is that in the event that we upgrade our comm relay at a future date, we can deorbit these satellites, keep space nice and clear. So all right, let's go ahead. Our APO is 25,189. Yeah, we can go ahead and we can circularize now. Is what we can do. I'm gonna pitch down a tiny little bit. We are at 1 million. Let's just hit the gas. Full send. Full send. Pitch down even more. Okay, we're let me pitch up. Will that bring APO? Yes, it will. Perfect. That's exactly what I would like to happen here. I don't want to build my APO. A nice, big, eccentric, circular orbit is all that we're really after. I've been trying to get a caracal cat? A caracal? However you pronounce it. That's a bold cat to try and have. Every video I've ever seen of them, they just seem angry. They seem like they hate being domesticated. Alright, pitch back down. Easy chat. Boom. Circle. 25 by 25. More than sufficient. Easy peasy. Do I have nicknames with your friends and family? What do you mean? What do you mean? They just call me my name. I love his procedural wings. Yeah, hell yeah. It's to me it's a quality of life mod. Caracal feels right. Do I have a parts recolor mod, or also how to make the wings and stuff silver? If you right click on the wings, there's an option that says open recolor GUI. SHZ, is the Milky Way a visual mod, or does the game come like this? The game comes like this. No, it doesn't. It's part of a mod. It's a visual mod. I have the Volumetric Clouds 5 mod installed, and like all the visuals that it tells you to install to accompany it to make it work. Caracals are cute. Yeah, they are cute. They just always seem so mad, you know? All right, so we have, 2,400 meters a second of delta V left. We have a lot. This orbit here will ideally ensure that we have constant connectivity wherever we go with our smaller probes here, and thus the KSC. So back to the Space Center we go. Like, I don't have any alter egos or nicknames? No. Do I have a... Oh, I already read that. Yeah, I really don't. Maybe that means I'm kind of a boring guy. I don't know. Okay. So now we're in. We're going to do this in the VAB here. Chandler, what's happening, buddy? The KSS Chandler? Not quite, buddy. We are going to Donuts tonight. But I have not forgotten. That is eventually going to happen, the KSS Chandler. Yeah, how we doing? Thanks for coming back, man. How's your Tuesday? All right. Potential lander probe here. I lied. We don't have the stuff for it. That's fine. Oh, we don't have the tech for it. So that means we do a crash probe, a lander probe, if you will. Chandler redid career. Okay, there you go. You got an orbit again. Good stuff. You don't see the recolor when you right click. Check it out. It's only on the B9 wings. All right, yeah. Go get some sleep, Asman. Go get some sleep. I appreciate the follow, buddy. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you at the next one. Hope the rest of your night goes good, buddy. Yeah. Tan Man right here. Now you got a plane, but it's hard. What do you mean? You trying to do like a space plane or what? This music is not it. Yeah, check it out. Only on the B9 wings, though. Right click. Open recoloring GUI. That's it right here. Which reminds me, I gotta do that for the Darius here. Let's go. I do very much enjoy the stock black. is what I enjoy. Excuse me. Section will go stock black. Trailing edge stock black. Leading edge. We could go white. I don't hate that idea. No, we'll just go black. Stock black. We'll keep it consistent here. Right here. Stock black. Stock black. Stock black. Do this. Stock black. Stock black. Stock black. And stock black. Same one here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Stock black. And stock black. And then we got the vertical stab. They got a plan. You just researched it? What do you mean? What do you mean? Tayman, did you find it? Are you coloring your plane yet or no? And boom, right here. We'll do these right here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Stock black. And then the Darius 1 is going to be nice and painted. No more bare metal over here. Stock black. Stock black. And stock black. Boom. Look at that. What a phenomenal looking space plane. We'll save. For some reason the option isn't there. That's super strange. That is very strange. That's really weird. It should just be part of the B9. You know what I mean? I think I can make these... Oh, offset. Gross. Never mind. I thought I could change the color, but I guess not. All right. We're gonna build our lander probe here. Is what we do. Maybe, yeah, it might be other mods. Maybe. Or it might be a mod that I have in conjunction with it that I just don't know about, but I would assume it's part of the B9. You know what I mean? All right, lander probe. Lander probe. First and foremost, I got to keep this open because I need a docking port is what I need in order to tow it into low Kerbin orbit. So we're going to do that. Let me configure this. Some built-in experiments I would like is configure experiments telemetry, and then we're gonna go. How much data is that? 3.26. It's only a little tiny bit. We're 12.4. See the problem here. Magnetic fields in the ionosphere. Yeah, we're gonna do this right here. It's a whole lot of data, but I worry that it measures dust through the vacuum. Interplanetary trash experiment. That's a whole lot of data, though. That's an hour-long experiment. A lot of data, potentially a lot of science as well. But I worry that on the surface, it's not going to run. Whereas I know the might will. All right. Yeah, so we're going to keep building this out. Experiments are done. So let us add, first and foremost, some... No, we're gonna go right here. We're gonna go right here is what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. Day one of sending sats far out to space for no reason. There you go. There you go. Hey, listen, you'll get a huge benefit from having connectivity from everywhere in the solar system. Is one of the big pluses of that. Let's go press mat. I'm gonna save this for parachutes and press mat here. Geiger counter here. Thermometer here. And then on the back we do the seismic thing. Yeah, seismic accelerometer is what we do. We're gonna go. We need a lot of parachutes, and then ideally as well, we're gonna go like some small SRBs on the side here for the last little bit of speed, just in case our parachutes don't work. So let's go radial. Let's go radial like right here. Let's go right here and maybe clip them in. And we're going to make sure these aren't too clipped, that they don't deploy once we get out there. And then let's go, I guess realistically we could. Let's actually do this right here. Yeah, we're going to make sure that those deploy. Let's get some solar panels here. Let's just do a nice like a little one of these. Scale these down here. Bring those about right there. Nice and symmetric all the way around. Like so. You need satellites, but it's so much research points. What do you? Yeah, it is. Termite, welcome back. How we doing? How we doing? It is, but yeah, to go interplanetary, you do unfortunately need them. All right, chat. Here's the thing: we have options. How much battery is that? 675. I think that's more than enough, as long as we have constant sunlight. Maybe we do we do 2 radials here as well. Is what we do. And we clip them in like so. We clip those in. Do I have all the science I could possibly have? I do. Okay. The other thing too that we need, scratch that. We go these right here. Well, do we? How does that extend? Downwards. Not good. Because what that means is these 2 panels right here are not going to extend. Okay, all right. So what we do here is we're going to go 2 right here. 2 right here. About like so. And then 2 right here. Like so. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. We're going to go these batteries again. And it's hard to land planes. It is. Make sure your center of mass is only a little bit ahead of your center of lift. You gotta be super mindful of that. We're gonna scoot these up and put some radial batteries underneath. Is what we do. I'm gonna clip this in a little tiny bit, actually, like so. Nah, we bring it back out. We bring it back out. All right. And let's do the radial batteries again, like so. We'll do like a little one of these. And then like so. Like so. Yeah, easy peasy. Plenty of clearance. All right. And then here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing. We don't necessarily need lander legs. It just depends entirely on how confident we are in our chutes and our SRBs, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to retract this here. We're gonna set it up. We're gonna set up. Let's go. We're gonna go Endeavor lander probe. Endeavor lander Mark 1. Endeavor lander Mark 1. Okay, and we gotta set up. We got to see how slow this drops, and then we can kind of get a good feel. Jeb is stuck in orbit, and Valentina is a lost cause. You crashed. Chandler, buddy. That's tragic. That's tragic. That's actually tragic. That is not good. That is less than ideal. You could just revert, though. Ooh. What do we have here? This is... What does that run off of? Liquid fuel? Okay, well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. All right, maybe we don't do that. Here's a landing engine. We could chat. We could do a little something like okay, we're kind of cooking right here. We're kind of cooking right here. Scale, how much mono will that give us if I set it for just mono propellant? Okay, that will not go to mono propellant. That's fine. We're going to go this one right here. Monoprop, that gives me 78. How much delta V will that give us? If I just go 2. If I go 4. It'll be 365. I think that will be adequate for landing, but I could also go 2 and have 437. My thrust to weight ratio, is actually insane. So we're going to go 2 right here, like so. Yeah, chat, this is coming together right now. This is coming together quite nicely. Quite nicely. It was glitched. My plane is the best, though, for starter planes. Yeah, there you go. If you just have, like, a little Weasley, or even, like, the Juno, you know what I mean? And you got, like a top wing, like top of the body wing, top of the fuselage wings. That'd be really nice, real stable. All right, so we're gonna go like this right here. We're actually, no, we'll just go back to original. We'll just stage them both at the same time. Okay, so let's make the KSS Chandler soon. Yeah, one of these days. We're getting there, buddy. We're getting there. Let's add a decoupler here. Not an engine plate. Ooh, a little one of these. Nah, this is just purely for testing. Purely for testing. Well, sort of. We are, what was that? It's a stack step. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go. Just a quick, a short and sweet little SRB. Yeah, a little one of these. Little one of these. That is a 6.04 8-second burn time. That's fine. I'm going to do this right here. Just some basic fins, and then we'll put some radial chutes on it so that we get that money back, and then away we go. And then we launch it for a test, is what we do. Let's just go like right. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Bring you down. I cannot launch from here because I have not upgraded the launch pad literally at all. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to do it from the runway. We're going to warp to the daytime so we can see everything going on. All right, so let me paint you a picture here, chat. Let me well, hold on. Let me do this. That's not what I wanted to do. Recover that. Recover that. There we go. We're going to launch this from the runway. We're going to see what landing looks like and feels like. Our thrust to weight ratio is incredibly high with those two little lander engines, meaning it's going to be even higher at Duna because the gravity's weaker, right? So let's load this in. And yeah, decouple, parachutes, yep, and then yeah, lander and chutes. All right. Easy peasy, phenomenal work. All right. We're going to launch this, and we're going to test our Duna lander. So unexpected, but you got a jewel and ooh, there you go for free. How'd you do that? I guess with all the moons in Jules SOI, it's kind of easy to kind of slingshot your way around and get like accidental encounters. So that does make sense. All right, SAS. We're going to go ahead and fix our staging. Let's launch. Slow down, stage that. Yep, go away from me, please. And then we're going to go ahead, turn SAS off. Ooh, our center of mass is not good. Our center of mass is not good. Maybe? No, it should be fine. Our fuel tank is at the bottom there. Okay, let's stage. Okay, we gotta fix our center of mass here. Maybe we add some more monoprop on the bottom. We'll see. Turn that off. Send our chutes up. We'll see what our speed is upon landing here. Excuse me. There's our SRB. Okay, once the chutes deploy, it'll... Okay, so we're 2.8 right here. It's going to be a little less on Duna, and by a little, I mean a lot. Use my prograde and boom. Oh, yeah, well, there you go. Accidental jewel encounter. That's a whole lot of science. Do you need to go to the moon first or get satellites? You can go to the moon first if you really want to, especially if it's a crewed mission. You don't really need a comm network for that. But if you wanted to play it safe, you could put a probe on the outside of the Mun's orbit and then wait until it's on the backside to, you know what I mean? But if it's a crewed mission, you're fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much. All right, so if I had to guess, Duna's atmosphere is thinner and the gravity is lower. So we'll just round up and say that these 4 chutes only give us a drop speed of 10 meters a second here, meaning that we're still gonna have plenty of burn time with these 2 lander engines. So I'm not super duper worried about it. What should you do next? Because you just got aviation. You can just fly around Kerbin and get science if you really wanted to. That's not a bad thing to do. Corny ass song. All right, easy. So now we're gonna simulate. Well, I thought we were a whole lot closer. We are 40 meters up. 40 meters up. 30 and counting. Yeah, I think this is the move, and I think what we're gonna do honestly as well is we are going to very graceful touchdown. Very graceful touchdown. I think we're gonna add one more tank because it'd be kind of sick to have my it'd be kind of sick to have my center of mass down below here. Let's send this to the side here. Let's scrap this. Get a bigger fuel tank. We'll do this guy right here. It's gonna be a whole lot of monopropellant. 312. Let's go. We'll just go type C here. Let me get those landing engines one more time. These right here. That puts us at a thrust to weight. Still at 8.74 thrust to weight ratio here. That's a whole lot of delta V too, though. Is this KSP2? No, buddy. This is KSP1. I thought you knew that. You've definitely asked me that before. It's definitely KSP1. Let me not put those upside down. All right, and that puts our center of mass down. Actually, not that low. Not that low, literally at all. Okay, hear me out, actually. Hear me out. We don't need that big-ass tank. We go back to the original configuration here. We do this, set it to mono. Yep, and then a heat shield right here. Will you need landing legs for this? So I'm planning on not having landing legs, and I'm not worried about it because I'm gonna have this flat surface here from this heat shield to cushion our impact. What I do want to try though is I don't know that the CG. Here's what we actually do. We're gonna go one size up for the heat shield. We're gonna go one more size up, 2.5. Yeah. See, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Our CG is plenty low, is what that means. Meaning our orientation will be correct as we fall through the atmosphere of Duna. Flip that around. Little two time here. All right, and then we'll bring this back over here. We'll test this one more time, and then we just see what's what. Let me fix my staging here. Boom, bop. Yep, that'll do. And then boom, bop right here like so. And then we launch one more time just to see how everything goes. It did, but it looks different today. What do you mean? Say more on that. SHZ, you said... Oh, I didn't recover that. We lost that. That's tragic. It was like $100. It's whatever. SHZ, you said you just recently started playing, right? Or no, you said... Let me scroll up. You said... You said you've only seen clips, right? You haven't actually played. All right, here we go. SAS on. Launch, please. We're going to kill our throttle. It's an SRB. We don't need throttle. Maybe it's because... Oh, the V... Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Who knows? First stage. Go away. Never played? Okay. Yeah. You should. You should definitely download ASAP. We're going to turn SAS off and see where our probe naturally orients itself. It should be retro. Our center of mass is super low here. We're going to stage. Send our chutes out. Lander engines are on. And then really what I need here, so what I can do now, chutes are deployed. We can jettison the heat shield. It's exactly how it'll go in Duna, right? Because the heat shield is really just important for the upper level of the atmosphere until I slow down enough, right? I want to protect all my solar panels, I want to protect the antennas and all the science modules, right? And it will also help ensure that we come in for re-entry with the proper orientation, being this side down. And then yeah, we can just parachute in and then use our landing engines to kill off whatever thrust we don't with the parachutes, and we should be fine. You just crashed your plane, Chandler? That's not good, buddy. Who was in it? You're very tempted. Knowing my semester is a good time to play as well. Yeah, there you go. That's what'll break in the semester. What better time? It's also productive and it's educational and it's, you know what I mean? So yeah. It's honestly, it's not even video games. It's purely educational. If we're being honest here. I promise I'm warping. We're just very slowly descending. 2.8 meters a second. You reverted and lost like 30 research points? That's tragic. Oh yeah, you had Kaiser in there. Actually tragic, buddy. All right. I feel confident with this probe design. We'll even... Here, check this out. We'll even... Yep. That was it right there. That's how our lander engine will go. And I feel really confident in this design. Look at that. We can even hover in place here. All right, easy. Easy. Oh, I still had the engine on. I'm an idiot. All right. Do you just put the regular control surfaces on the wings, or do you use the B9 ones? I kind of like the B9 ones because it makes it aesthetically pleasing, and it's just more variable. But you can do whatever you want. It's your plane, buddy. You know what I mean? All right. I feel good about the lander probe. So let's open it up in here. Let's get rid of this stage here, this decoupler here, and let's see how it fits so far into the Darius 1. So let's open up the Darius 1 here. Open this up. Get rid of that. It should fit quite nicely. Don't save. Endeavor Lander Mark 1. The biggest worry I have is the heat shield, but we are super chilling. Look at this. And our vessel mass is it's going to be like 2 tons tops. Wow, 3 tons? Give or take, give or take. All right, so go away. Don't save. Open the Mark 1 back up. And then we put a... yeah, we'll go decoupler right here. And then we're going to go cryogenic tank. You got Jewel orbit. Never expected this. Yeah, that's super dope. I've never actually been to Jewel. Literally ever. Cryogenic tank here. We're going to go big. We're going to go big time. We're going to use, that's a 40 kilonewton, 230, 550. Don't quite need all that. It's pretty hefty. A little overkill if you ask me. One of these down here, liquid fuel. One of these down here was also cryogenic. Yeah, this one, I think the compsignate this. Let's scale you up. Okay, I can't actually, but that's fine because our thrust weight ratio is actually crazy. 8.15. You are liquid methane with oxidizer as well. Yes. So let's configure it accordingly. Methane oxidizer. That gives us 2,600 meters a second of delta V. I don't like that. So let's go 40 kilonewtons, 230. Let's go 40, scale up, and see what that does. I think this is the exact configuration that we had. Liquid hydrogen oxidizer. That's only 1686. Interesting. Real interesting. Real interesting indeed. I think because that's a 3-ton probe. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. What does hibernation do in a probe? It just kind of puts you, I think, in just like I don't ever actually do it. I think it just turns it off basically, and it saves your electricity until you're ready to turn it back on. Is how that goes. What if I scale it down? What does that do? 1785. Wow, that's actually kind of wild. ISP 425, 370, 430. This might be the move right here with our 550 kilonewtons of thrust. That is a huge engine. Orbital maneuvering. This is... What do you use? Liquid fuel oxidizer. ISP of 315. We might actually... Here's what we might do. We might swap to this. The Erebus, which uses LH2 and oxidizer, but it has an ISP of 430. That is enormous. Absolutely enormous. And that only gives us a... Wow. We're actually, like, kind of trash. That gives us 1,936 meters a second of delta V. The thing about it, too, is this probe is a whole lot bigger than the Endeavor Com probe. So that does make sense. Right? But we need, I fear, a whole lot more to get into Duna orbit. But what we do is I have to pee really bad again, so we're going to take another break. And give me, like, less than 5 minutes. I'm going to fill up my water, go to the bathroom, and then we're gonna be back at it, and then we're gonna go to Duna. So yeah, bear with me. I'll be back. Chat, we're back. Chat, we're back. I got hungry. I wanted a snack. But we're back and we're locked in. We'll pull up the live here. All right, here we go. Here we go. A little one of these so I can see you guys in TikTok here. Here we go. All right. Duna lander probe. Duna lander probe. Delta V in your plane right now is 10.7K. Yeah, Chandler, you're going to have a lot of Delta V because your air breathing liquid fuel engines are way more efficient than a closed cycle. You'll have a lot. Okay, so our current predicament. Why is that my root point? Yeah, go right here. Our current predicament here, chat, is we need more Delta V. So I think we go 2.5 on the diameter here. Your plane is very gas efficient. Yeah. Halfway around the world with 50% fuel. Yeah. Airplanes are dumb efficient. Like, you really don't need a whole lot of fuel until you start doing like space plane stuff. Excuse me. Okay, let's see how this goes. That uses LH2 and oxidizer. This is LH2 and oxidizer. That's 2938 on the Delta V here. But 3344 in a vacuum. What I fear, though, the Compsognathus was 335. This is 320. One of these, I think the big guy, 425, 370, 430. Let's try this one. That is 2957 in a vacuum, but scaled down. 3534. This might be the one, chat. This might be it right here. This is the Erebus. Yeah, LH2 oxidizer. Yeah, this might be it right here, chat. 3534 meters a second in Delta V in a vacuum, 1.79 thrust to weight ratio. All we really got to do here is, let's add some mono, just enough to separate. Let's do 4 of these. Clip it in. Find center of mass. Put some RCS thrusters. These bad boys right here. Yeah, I'll go about right there. Okay. 3385 meters a second of Delta V. This is kind of heavy. It's an 11.705 ton. I think it'll be the heaviest that we've ever put in the Darius 1. But let me tell you, I'm confident. I'm confident the Darius 1 can handle it. Is what I am. And I think, dare I say, we're ready to rock. This is our probe that gets us to Duna here. This is our lander probe. We're gonna go custom action group 1 here, toggle, and then antennas as well, toggle antenna, and then we save. Do we do set boosters? Let's go 0% on the force scale here, and let's do the smallest. The Darius can handle up to 10T. I think so. The heaviest I've done is 9, but it still felt really, really good. I think this is 11.705. I think it'll be okay, but we'll see. I'm confident. I'm confident in the Darius 1. We're gonna go 5% on the thrust limiter here. See that right there, and then yeah, decoupler will throw us that way. Separate this way. We'll even go. We're gonna go like 2%. We'll go 1.5. Is what we do. We want a nice smooth decoupling. So what do you do after you research planes? I'm gonna go around for research points now. But what next? I mean, that's literally it. And then you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? It just depends on how much technology you got, how much stuff you got unlocked, where you can go, where you want to go. You know what I mean? It is however you want to play the game. You can go to the moon if that's what you want to do. All right. 3237 meters a second on the Delta V. What if I go down one more? I get 3416 on the Delta V. and a 0.85 thrust to weight ratio here. That might be the move. That might be the move. Or hear me out. So we're rocking like a 425, right? No, we're rocking a 430 on the ISP. I don't think any liquid fuel that we have goes over 430 ISP. Get out of here. Go away. I think that's kind of as peak as we get. 430 is the best. And with this amount of fuel, this is the lightest that we can pack. So I think this is going to be the configuration here. 11.637 tons, slightly reduced because we downscaled the engine. 3416 meters a second in delta V. And yeah, I think that's kind of as good as it gets. So let's go ahead and change the root part here to the coupling port. Oh, okay. All right. It already is. All right. All right. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and load it up in the old Darius 1 here. And we'll see how this shakes out. Lengthwise, it should be fine. Maybe. Oof. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We will see indeed. All right. Yep. It is ready to rock. Let's go ahead and let's get rid of the Science Junior here. Don't save. Endeavor Landmark 1. It's an autosave. Let me do this one right here. All right, chat. Here it is. It is way too long. Fuck. Damn it, chat. All right, chat. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out, chat. Moon or satellites? I would personally say moon. It'll get you a whole lot more science and stuff than doing a satellite will, and you won't really be at risk of losing contact with the KSC. You know what I mean? Where is my cargo bay? That's it right here. That is very long. If I just did that one right here, and I did like ooh, that might do it. No, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. Let's go right here. Let's do one more of the skinny guy right here. The Darius 1 just got a whole lot longer, chat. It's not impossible. It's necessary. All right, and really all that we got to do is make sure here that all right, easy. This I think can be the Darius 2. This can be the Darius 2. So let's make sure our center of mass and center of lift here. Ooh, that is very drastically shifted here. But what we can do is we can reduce how much liquid fuel we have. Yeah, that's fine because we're still going to have plenty. The center of mass is now properly shifted back here. We'll just have to be very mindful of shifting our fuel once we're in orbit and we want to come back. So let's customize our action groups. Let's go to the 3 here. Let's add these 2 doors. Toggle. And toggle. And yeah, I think we're mission go, chat. I think we're ready to rock. You got a sun orbit closer than Moho? That's crazy. You're gonna get really warm. Roy liking the live. I appreciate that, buddy. Appreciate that big time. We want all of our staging like up here is what we want. Decoupler and all. Yeah, and then boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we're chilling. Okay. All of these engines are just the Darius. All right, chat. This is about to be a historic mission by the DAS Research Agency, launching the Endeavor Lander Mark 1 into a low Kerbin orbit to await the first available Duna transfer window, is what we do. The Darius 1 is very long. Very long. Carrying the largest payload to date by like 4 tons. 3 tons ish. All right, here it is. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to throttle up here. Actually, we're not. We're going to stage. We're ready to rock. We're going to make this nice and cinematic. This is a historic mission for the DAS Research Agency. So yeah, we're going to throttle up here. Release brakes. And away we go. We are mission go, everybody. She feels slower. We're shifting a little to the right here. Let me just correct that. We're gonna give it a little extra time before we initiate pitch. Start it here. All right, smooth pitch. Easy does it. Gear up. We'll just maintain this angle of attack right here. Like so. Easy does it. Light work for the Darius 2, actually. No, it'll be the Darius 1 Mark II. Darius 1 Mark II. It's fundamentally the same design, just a slightly longer cargo bay. Look at us go. Look at us go. You landed without crashing in a plane? Hell yeah, buddy. Good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff. Immaculate work. This is a 15-degree angle of attack here. Kind of steep. Probably not going to happen. I'm probably going to have to pitch down, but usually I do anyway. So we'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. Let me preemptively get my orbit info pulled up here. You're done playing? Yeah. Do your thing. Do your thing. All good, buddy. We will be here when you get back. Alright, we're slowly losing our speed here. Once we stagnate, we'll pitch down. The tiniest little bit. Nothing crazy. Yeah, there it is. We'll do 10. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, we should be alright. We're starting to build some speed here. Not at a crazy fast rate, but we are certainly building the speed. We might actually pitch down a little tiny bit more, just to get things really going here. There we go. Approaching 400 meters a second of airspeed. Yep, now we're starting to climb a whole lot faster. You need to do contracts, but they are way too hard with what I got now. What do you mean? You should have some that are really easy. You should have some that are just like tourism. You know what I mean? Like a suborbit or an orbit. Or like a position satellite in specific orbit. Those are really easy. Or gather science, right? Like run a temperature scan above this area or whatever. You know what I mean? You should have plenty of contract opportunity that's not like crazy hard. But again, even still, like if you just sent a rocket to the moon, like right now, you would get a whole lot of money for it because you're gonna get a whole bunch of milestones and a whole bunch of science for it. You know what I mean? All right, so we are approaching very rapidly 600 meters a second airspeed, and we are at just shy of 8 kilometers above sea level. The Darius 1 Mark II definitely feels a whole lot slower than the Mark 1 with an 11.3 ton payload, but it will be doable. It should be good. Here we go. We're approaching 900 meters a second airspeed, 11 kilometers above sea level. Things are getting hot, chat. Things are getting hot. Yeah, we should be more than fine. I think oxidizer is the thing that we run out of before anyway. Maybe. I'm a touch worried about the liquid fuel, but we'll see. We still have a whole bunch of it left because I did cut that tank like in half, so we'll see. All right, 18 kilometers above sea level here. Our speed is a little bit slower than previous ascents, but I'm sure it'll be all right. Here we go, starting to slow down significantly. Probably gonna have to switch at like 1275-ish maybe, or even sooner than that. Yeah, here we go. Slowing down big time, and switch. We're gonna kill our airspeed a little tiny bit. We're gonna try and pitch up and see how the Darius likes it with this current payload. Oh, easy. Started drifting. I don't like that. Yeah, yeah, it wants to flip. It wants to flip if I get too aggressive with it. Corny ass song. 40 kilometers, apoapsis, and climbing. All right, I think we're holding steady at 40 degree or 30 degree AOA here. Yeah, we're holding steady enough. Okay, here we go. 48 kilometer apoapsis here. We're gonna kill airspeed a little tiny bit, or airspeed. We're gonna cut back on throttle here. We're gonna start pitching down as well. We should definitely have more than enough delta V to get to low curve in orbit. We got a 62 kilometer apoapsis, 1500 meters a second of delta V. We should be more than fine. We're gonna pitch down pretty aggressively here. Throttle down even more. Apo is 74 in climbing, 75 in climbing. Pitch down even more aggressively. There we go. So bringing the Apo back down. Going super horizontal now. We'll pitch down even more. Yeah, there we go. I like to keep Apo at about 75 kilometers, but slightly higher is not the worst thing in the world. There we go. We're about to have a sea level periapsis, which is good. There it is. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna warp to our Apo here. Let's go ahead and hold prograde. But we're actually gonna stop just shy. We're gonna stop like we'll stop like right here, like right there. Let's warp. We'll get 2 space, and then we'll get to like 75 kilometers, and then we'll circularize is what we do. You gotta rebuild your plane for the tourists? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It shouldn't be too hard. If you just have, there's like the one singular module that has a crew capacity of, it's either 2 or 4. I think it's 2. You should be all right. You just run that a whole bunch of times. Make some good money doing it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With the 2 sets of windows on it, yeah. The little tube. All right. We're gonna get to 75 kilometers here, and then we circularize, and then we will deploy the Endeavour Lander Mark 1. To park and await the Duna transfer window. We'll head to Duna in conjunction with the comm probe that will stay in orbit and ensure positive connectivity. Here we go. Here we go. We're almost circularized. But it glitched and everything broke? Uh-oh, what do you mean? What happened, buddy? 55 kilometer peri. Almost in orbit. 65 kilometer. And we are officially in orbit. All right, here it is. Panels out. Cargo bays open. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, your tail and engines got destroyed? What? How? What happened? When you just spawned in or what? All right, we are going to go ahead and decouple this. Why did it fling out like that? Why did it fling out like that? Easy. We'll go solar panels, antennas, and we are mission ready. We are ready to rock. All we have to do now is wait for the Duna transfer window. 98%, 100%, 98%. There it is. Why am I losing so much electric charge? Oh no, I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, we are super good. Okay. What we don't have though But we don't have our torque wheels. Nah, it's fine. We got plenty of mono. All right. So what we do now is we're gonna bring Jeb home. Oh, and he misclicked. Oh no, it's tragic, buddy. It's tragic. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. All right, we're gonna bring Jeb home, and then what we do is we're gonna go ahead and warp from the tracking station and get ourselves lined up to a Duna transfer window, and we're gonna send both these probes that way. Is what we do. Oh, okay. One more lap. 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 Ooh, Ultimate Grifter, welcome back, buddy. Good to see your name again. How we doing? How we feeling? All right. We're almost in business. Let's burn retro right here. It's phasing through each other and it takes forever to build. Yeah, that's shitty. Are you clipping parts together? Sometimes stuff gets kind of weird if you clip a bunch of parts together. You know what I mean? Stuff doesn't like doing that if you do it too much. All right, yeah. Retro. And then we should not hit the Darius 1. We should be fine. We might cut it super close. We're gonna barely graze by the Endeavor lander. Oh my goodness, that was so close. All right, we're in business though. We're in business. Oh, I actually got to backtrack a little bit. I got carried away. That's not the worst thing in the world. We're at like a 26 amount of mono. Yeah, we're out of mono. No, we're not. We still have so much. We're at 26 kilometer apoapsis or periapsis here. Not the worst thing in the world. It's slightly aggressive, but it's really nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and we're gonna flip back to prograde here. Is what we do. And then we're in business. Then we're in business to set up a maneuver node and then head out to Duna. And I am excited. All right, here we go. Easy does it. Let's set our roll program straight here. Thermal data should all be good. Yeah, 200s. More than sufficiently cooled off. All right, start leveling out here. We're gonna do a little one of these here. There we go. There we go. And then, yep, Carmen line right here. Retract our panels. And we are gonna pitch down, is what we do. And we're going to deploy our air brakes here. Got some storms over here. I saw some lightning. We're going to try and hold this. We're going to try and hold this for a bit. That's a little sunrise re-entry here. Let's start warping. Let's get to the good stuff here. We got planets to go to. We got Duna to go to. We've already re-entered a million times. Oh. Let me not get too crazy here. Tail section. Yeah, let me put some more fuel in here. We'll see how this feels. That should be more than fine. This tank is empty, so our CG should be, our center of lift is like right here. Our CG should be about like right here. So, let me actually put some more in here. Is the right one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it feels. Well, we actually don't have the cargo up there anymore, is the thing too. We'll see how it feels. We'll see how it feels. I might have to put some fuel back in here, because our payload is not up here anymore, and I might be too far back. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. We'll see what the controllability feels like. Either way, I'm not stressed. Let me go ahead though and get these pinned. Just in the event that I got to put some in here, it's already ready to rock. Surface. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Easy does it. All right, let's go and warp now. We're gaining some speed here. That's okay. We got a pretty aggressive re-entry profile. Fully confident. All right, 58 kilometers. I think we're once again gonna... Oh, maybe not. We should be okay. I think we'll actually line it up just right. You're about to give up on building? Why? What's up, buddy? What happened? What happened? Talk to me. Planes are tough. Make sure your center of mass is only a touch in front of your center of lift. That's a huge component. And also, it's phasing through. I think you clipped stuff. Scrap it and restart it. I feel like you clipped a bunch of parts together. That's why it's phasing through. We'll stay nose down here. I think we lined it up pretty well to get straight to the KSC here. Ooh, Unknown, welcome back, buddy. How we doing? Waited autosave, we're chilling? Hell yeah, there you go, buddy. Good stuff. Yeah, Unknown, welcome back. Welcome back. Let me lock staging out. Let's re-enter. Let's get into the thick of it here. What'd you do up there? We launched an 11.3, if I remember right, ton probe. That is the lander to go to Mars, to go to Duna. It's going to go to Duna with the relay probe that we have sent. They're going to go in conjunction as soon as the first Duna transfer window happens. We're gonna send the relay probe out first, and then we're gonna send the lander probe out because we want to ensure constant signal for our lander probe to talk to the old KSC. All right, we're killing speed now. TBD on the controllability. We'll see how it shakes out. With no payload in here, I might have to put some fuel back in here, but we're ready for it. We're ready for it. And we are gonna overshoot the KSC, maybe. Maybe we'll see. No, we might actually undershoot. Let me kill air brakes here. Just save 45 minutes. Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. Good stuff. I will just stay, a tiny little bit beneath prograde here, and then we're gonna be damn near lined up like spot on at the KSC. Maybe we even lift up like a tiny little bit. The tiniest little bit. Am I going for the KSC? Yes, always. It is always the goal in a plane. We're always trying to get right back to the KSC. We're pretty well lined up right here. And even more so, back to the KSC without refiring engines. We have the mountains right here. We're still 2,000 meters a second. We're pretty hot up in the front here, though. The controllability feels good. Our fuel feels like it is where it needs to be. We're going to pitch down a little bit. Get ourselves back in prograde here. Lest we overshoot. See, we pushed our line out. We started inducing some more lift, and not so much drag. We do want to stay a little overshot, though, because once we like slow down, we'll start killing a whole lot of speed really quick. This angle right here is kind of actually like spot on. 1,700 meters a second and dropping. 1,600. About to any second now start cresting the mountains here. I'm gonna put a little tiny bit of fuel up in the front here. I feel like, yeah, the Darius wants to drift like the tiniest little bit. There we go. I see it on the horizon, chat. There's the KSC. Let's do a little S turn here. Let's do a little one of these. We'll just hold this roll. See if it pushes us that way. Let's go a little more aggressive. A little more pitch. Easy, Darius. Easy. Easy. Yeah, there we go. We're shifting the line. We're shifting the line. Easy. The tiniest bit more. All right, we are 1,000 meters a second now. We are pretty well lined up here to not refire engines and make it back to the KSC. We're gonna even out here, kill our roll, and we're gonna commence in a pretty steep dive here. We're gonna unlock staging. How can you get it above 17K? Ooh, starter plane. If you don't have like the mean jet engines, you're not gonna make it. Because there's a whole lot less air up there. Might overshoot a bit and land on the water. Yeah, we might here. Not unless we pitch down aggressively, because the Darius doesn't care. Because the Darius is unfazed, unbothered. Only one of these right here. The Darius does not care. It's got Jeb on the sticks too. The Darius goes where Jeb commands it. All right, let's start pitching up here. Just in case we got to refire, we're gonna swap back to air breathing mode here. We still got a bunch of airspeed to kill. Gear. Staging is unlocked. We are ready for drogue shoots. Line ourselves up a little better here. Easy. Easy, everybody. Air brakes. Drogue shoots. Flare. Stay on the runway, stay on the runway, stay on the runway. Absolutely buttered the bread. Absolutely buttered the bread. Did not even refire. You sent the Darius landing pod into orbit. Not the Duna landing pod. We believe, and you believed correctly. Look at us go, chat. Look at what we did. 0 refiring of the engine, 0 throttle. We glided straight back into the KSC. Wasn't nothing to it. All right. Now it's time. Jeb is back. Now it's time to go to Duna. So let's go ahead. Zoom out here at the tracking station. It's really not a super long wait to get there. Yeah, Chandler, you're if you're only like second tier airplane and stuff, you're probably not going to make it to 17K all altitude. And you're definitely not going to be in spaceplane territory for like a minute, for like a while. All right, we're getting closer and closer. What if you have 4 engines? Nope. Because the thing about it is they don't have the ability to compress air the way that the supersonic engines do. A little bit more. I think we're about there. Maybe like a tiny... Yeah, we're about there. All right. We are about there. So let's go ahead. Oh, God. Which one is which? 150 days, 150 days. I think it's this one right here. No, it's the other one because that's in a polar orbit here. We're also going to go ahead and rename... we're going to go ahead and rename this probe as well. To the Endeavor... probe. So let's go ahead here. Click on my probe itself. Rename... somewhere. Sensors? Part? Configure vessel naming. Yeah, probe. Endeavor probe. And this is going to be the one that gets us into orbit of Duna. Conduct some scientific research. as well as provides connectivity for our lander. So let's go ahead here. We're gonna set Duna. Duna's right. That's Ike. Okay, well, I gotta zoom out now. We're gonna set Duna here as our target. We're gonna set our maneuver node about like right here-ish. About right there. And all we're gonna do is straight rip on the prograde here. Alright, overshot by a lot. And see, now what we do is we come back here and we just kind of slide it back and forth on our orbit. And we see what gets us closer. Yeah, see it lining up here, a little more prograde. A little more slide. Almost. Those two markers way out there by the sun right there. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. Usually you get an intercept like right there at the sun. There it is. That is an intercept of 41 million. That's fine. We're going to leave it as is. Oh, burn time cannot calculate because we have not activated this engine. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go and make sure throttle is off. We get 17 ignitions with this engine here. It says a burn time of 37 seconds, and we are basically already lined right up with our maneuver node. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wait here at probably like a minute. No, at like we'll start our burn at probably like 20 seconds is what we're gonna be doing. Streaming tomorrow, yes, ideally. And if not tomorrow, then I don't actually know. TBD. I'll post it. I'll post it on the TikTok. I'll put it on my stories and stuff. I'll announce whether or not we do. And I always post in the Discord and stuff too, if you guys ever feel like joining that. But yeah, TBD. It's a soft yes. It's a soft yes. The intent is to. Let's lock staging. We're going to go ahead and warp at 20 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds we start our burn. No. At T-minus... Yeah, T-minus 20. Give or take. Chandler, thanks for liking the live, buddy. Much appreciated. All right, go to sleep. Yeah. Hope the rest of your night goes good, buddy. Hope the rest of your night goes good. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for telling me what you're up to as far as your plane and everything. And yeah, I'll potentially see you tomorrow, buddy. All right, here we go. We are T-minus 10 seconds away from the start of our burn time here. And we are ready to rock. We are throttle up. A fucking engine malfunction. An engine malfunction. An engine malfunction. Okay, hold on. Hold on. This is not unsavable here. This is not unsavable. But I have to pee really fast and then we fix it. Then we fix it. Hold on. All right. All right. So the thing that I think we have to do, we're gonna send up the LPD-1. We're gonna send up the LPD-1 here. We're gonna rendezvous with it. We're gonna send Jeb. We're gonna send Bill. Yep, engineer. And we. How much mono do I have? Give me more mono. Let me pack some more here. All right. Yeah, both streams are good. Okay, I'm invested in this shit. We're gonna rendezvous with it, fix the engines, and then and then we go. All right. Yeah. All right. Emergency LPD-1 crew launch. Emergency repairs. We rendezvous, repair the engine, get back in the ship, and set up our burn here. All right. Endeavor probe, here it is. We have to wait. Nighttime launch and everything. It's fine. Our transfer window is still going to be there. Endeavor probe, here it comes. All right, now we launch. No cinema, no nothing. We're going to line ourselves up here. And we're just gonna air breathing. Okay, we're chilling. Pitch program, about right here. Here we go. Gear up. We're just gonna try and get up there as soon as possible. We're empty too, so we should be able to get up there pretty. Oh, I didn't open up my TikTok. Hold on. Sorry, everybody in TikTok. Hold on. I got caught up in the mix here. Oh, Chandler, yeah, buddy. That's what we're here for. You got questions, we answer them, you know? All right, I got TikTok back up. There we go. We're chilling. Okay. I think we launched a little bit early, but that's fine. We'll overshoot the Endeavor probe here, to slow down and match up with it, like on the first go. We're gonna change. We're slightly off equatorial here. Let's go ahead and change that. All right, 2,000 meters. Open up orbit info here. It's actually so tragic. Oh, and if it happens when we're over Duna, oh my god, it's going to be the worst. I'm going to actually be so upset. Oh, we're fine. We're chilling. We're going to pitch down the tiniest little bit. Start building our speed here. .375 meters a second in climbing. Here we go. Yeah, now we're in business. Now we're gonna start stacking this speed up. The Endeavor's getting closer and closer. We might have actually timed this really well. And even if not, we're only gonna have to overshoot by like a little bit to catch up with it. And then we get to do a little impromptu rendezvous lesson is what we get to do. Oh, I don't have good RCS thrusters. It's fine, we'll figure it out. We'll be okay. The Endeavor probe has RCS. We can get closer to the LPD-1 with the Endeavor probe. It has finer control via RCS. We're fine. There is always a solution. Always a solution. Does the mod have like an engine failure? Yes, it happened last stream too. Yeah, during the Minimus landing. Yeah, Kerbalism, the mod that gives me life support, and like the cool way that the science works. It also has engine failure probability, and it's actually very tragic. It also gives us limited ignitions. Like the engine that we're taking right now to Duna, we have a total of 17 ignitions before it's just cooked, before it's just done, which is more than enough. We only need like 3 more. But what I mean, honestly, we're gonna fix it here, and it's better to fix it here and have 0 degradation than for it to have happened at Duna, like during our capture burn or something. Oh, swap modes. Here we go. We're gonna start pitching up a little. We'll hold about right here. Start building our Apo there. Yeah, that is the Kerbalism mod, is what does that, and that's very annoying timing. But it's not the worst thing in the world. All that's gonna happen is we got to do 1 more lap, and it's only another 6 hours. We're not gonna lose our Duna transfer window. It's just annoying because now we got to do a rendezvous. It does add to the story, indeed. Yeah, it adds to the story and the gratification, the satisfaction of the whole mission coming together. Yeah, we are going to be a little ahead of it, but it's honestly fine because we'll overshoot and we'll match up with it on the daytime side of Kerbin. Let's go ahead, pitch down here, kill throttle a little bit more. It has an Apo of, I think it's like 80 by 80, something like that. We'll see. We'll see. Always love seeing re-entry. Yeah. Well, this is launched right now, and we're not gonna re-enter until after we do. All right, let me pitch down here. Start building horror. Oh, we actually might have timed this really well. Maybe. No. Because all we're going to do right here is start building speed, like orbital speed. So we're definitely going to overshoot, but that's fine. Let me throttle down a little bit more. We got no payload, so LPD-1 is accelerating very rapidly. Apo 72. Let me pitch down a little bit more here. No, we're gonna... we might have timed it really well. We very well might have. What's our current position? We are 60 kilometers up. No, because we're gonna circularize and still be ahead of it. But the course correction is honestly like super minute. And I'll show you guys. Right, so we tried to time it. We launched a little early. The Endeavour probe is right here. Meaning it's going faster than we are currently. But when I get here and circularize, what's going to happen is it's going to be further back than we are. So what we have to do is we have to push our orbit up to probably about right here or so to get an intercept on the way back down, and then we kill our relative velocity, and then we're going to basically be right next to it. That's how it goes. We're going to be able to like first intercept. We're going to be like within 500 meters of it. I guarantee it. So it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and warp. Our Apo is 71. We are currently at 68. We're going to pitch down here. And we're going to begin our circularization burn, is what we do. This is good. It's a good angle right here. We go even further down the pitch. Yeah, here we go. It's a good angle right here. I'm trying to keep my Apo like right at 72. Pitch down some more. Here we go. We got 10 kilometer parry. Ooh, I will read your message here in a second, Triple Dot. But also welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you, buddy. All right, we are officially basically in orbit. Let me go pro again. This is actually fine. Because okay, so here's our intersection markers. And we're gonna over push a little tiny bit. Here is what we do, and you're gonna see these 2 markers right here. They're gonna get closer and closer, is how this goes, as we push our apoapsis this way. Yes, these purple ones right here. We might have a nighttime intercept, but that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's gonna be nighttime for sure. You accidentally sent 20 pods to the moon with no way back. Oh no, buddy. All right. Our separation is 8. We're going to use RCS now. Okay, we can't. Okay. That is as close as we get. 4.3 kilometers. Can I go back with RCS? Oh, I can. I can. Because we got down to 3.5, 3.4, 3.3, 3.2. Okay, 3.3 again. We cannot go forward, just backwards with mono. All right, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. That's really not that bad. And what we're going to do is we are going to use... let's go ahead and warp that way. We're going to switch to target here. So see how we're going slower now? Oh, let me open up my panels and stuff here. Get some charge going before this whole repair run is just also shot. So our relative velocity is 640 meters a second and dwindling, right? Because we have overshot, so we're going slower now than the probe we're trying to meet up with. Meaning that on the way back down, we'll have timed it correctly, and we're gonna come up right next to them. You know what I mean? 5 are headed to deep space with no fuel left. Uh-oh, buddy. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Call it a long-term science gathering mission. Is really what that boils down to. All right. So here we go. We're gonna warp and get closer and closer to the Endeavor probe here. And our marker has moved, but we know that we're gonna have a separation of about 3.3 kilometers. So we're gonna, on the horizon here, we're gonna start watching for it. Our separation is telling us right here we are 25 kilometers away. Once we get to about 5, we're gonna stop warp, and then we're gonna see where it is. Ideally no, I'm gonna use the delta V that we have. We have 196 meters a second of delta V left. We are 10 kilometers away. Let's see if we got eyes on it. F4. Still no eyes on it. It should be like down here. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. All right, say less, say less, say less. Can't transfer to it. That's fine. Easy. We're going to point retro here. We're going to point retro, and what we're going to do now is kill our relative velocity once we get close enough. Unless you intercept them with something faster, that honestly, that'd be really hard. Unknown, thanks for the likes, big dog. Much appreciated. Liking the stream out. We're at 6K likes. You guys are nuts. All right, 3.5, 3.3 is our minimum or our maximum minimum separation. So we're going to kill our relative velocity here. And then what we're going to do is point towards the target. So now we're 2 cars in lanes right next to each other. Matching speed is what this part right here is. Killing our relative velocity. All right. So there we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to point towards the target. And we're going to burn towards target. Not by a whole lot. But just enough. Probably like a... But not it's not impossible. Yeah, you definitely could do it. Alright, we're going to go with like a... We're gonna approach it like a 5 meter a second approach. Maybe even a 10. We got to get to them pretty quick. We're going to now be 2 laps. Two rotations around Kerbin. Before actually meeting up with them. For the emergency engine repair. Let's see if we're in range here to swap. So okay, we're not. So let's warp. Our markers have moved. Yeah, we're now going to be at a 0.6 kilometers, so 600 meters away from each other. Is the closest that we'll get, and at that point we'll be in range with the Endeavor probe that we can start finessing it with it. That's how this is going to go. So all right, easy. Can I swap? Ooh, yes I can. Yes I can. Yes I can. Okay, that is our target here. So let's go ahead. Go to. We have plenty of mono. Yeah, we got. Oh, we actually don't. This is actually 6,000 meters a second. What are you talking about? LPD-1. What are you talking about? Our relative velocity is 6,000 meters a second. You know what I actually don't have, I just realized? Is, I don't have... Fuck, go back to the LPD. Go back to the LPD. We're gonna... Fuck, I gotta go anti-target, and I gotta kill our approach speed. Is what I gotta do. This is so hard in the LPD-1. I do not have RCS thrusters equipped for this. And I only have 92 meters a second of Delta V left. That's not what I want. 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 All right, chill out, chill out. Go retro, go retro. Chill out. All right, here we go. Here we go. It's fine. 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 It's all good. We were never even a little bit worried about it. See, we're killing our relative velocity again. Easy does it. Okay, we are now not moving in relation to our target. So we're going to approach here at a 1 meter a second approach speed. The music is a paid actor right now. So here we go. Let me start backing up a little bit. I'm going to use mono because I have like no fuel left and these guys do have to get home. Let me point retro. RCS off. Point retro. I am stressing right now, Chad. I am slightly tense because we are in a not ideal vessel for orbital rendezvous like this. For the finessing part of it. So we're gonna do this. Yeah, we're pointing retro now. So we are ready for when we get close. Let me go ahead and point retro again. Because we're drifting away from the Endeavor probe here. Kill this relative velocity. Just like that. And then we're going to point to the target here. And then we're going to slowly approach. And then what we might do here, I got 78 meters a second of Delta V left. We might... Easy. Easy. Here we go. Here we go. The nice thing is we took too long rendezvousing, so now we have some sunlight. Is what we have. So what we're going to do here. Ever so gently getting closer and closer. Okay, we started drifting away, so we got to kill relative velocity again and then burn towards target. Unknown, thanks to the likes. You got me to 8K? Much appreciated, big dog. Much appreciated. All right, 78 meters a second of Delta V in the LPD-1. It's fine. We have plenty for re-entry. Relative velocity. Backtrack the tiniest little bit. Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. Bill, get out there, buddy. Jeb, hold her steady. That is a long ways to go. But it's fine. Still going? Well, hey, listen, I'll take it. I love it. I'm here for it. Bill is on a very long spacewalk right now for an emergency repair of the Endeavor probe engine. All right, let me go target here. Okay, I can't. That's fine. All right, engine is in sight. All right, we're coming in hot and heavy. I'll start throttling back here. Bill is our finest engineer. He knew the task at hand, and he willingly volunteered with zero hesitation. All right, we're coming in nice and easy now. Nice and easy. We can now... Okay, can I repair? Does it have to be a pilot? Okay, no. All right, back to the fucking vessel. It's fine, chat. It's fine. I guess it has to be a pilot. This is the worst. This is the worst. Or does it have to be on the ground? If we did this rendezvous all for nothing, I'm going to be so upset. So upset. Like, if we have to be on the ground to repair the engine, that's going to be actually the worst. All right, hatches on the top. Here we go. Ease back. Easy. Easy. Okay, well. There we go, grab. Board. And it might have to be Jeb here. All right, Jeb. You're up, buddy. Bob couldn't get it done. Bill. I think it was Bill. Your time to shine, buddy. We're drifting a little high. A little to the right. Little course correction here. I'm gonna be so upset if we can't do a space repair. Because then what will the whole point of this be? We'll have a lost probe. Easy. Easy. I still can't click it. I can click all the other parts, but not the engine. All right, slower approach here. I think it's because we don't have any tools or some shit. I never mess around with... No, because I've done this on the ground before with, like, nothing in the inventory. I'm going to be so upset. I can't click it, chat. I can't repair it. How frustrating is this? Damn it, chat. Anticlimactic repair pack. Yeah, that's the thing is, I've done this repair with no repair pack before. I don't know that that's even a part with Kerbalism. Fuck. Okay. All right. So what we do is we chalk that one up to being a loss. We send the lander probe out there. It is. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Because I've done it before on the ground with no repair pack. That has to be what it is. But maybe it's because we're EVA like this. You use it with rovers? Okay, interesting. Interesting. Well, that's actually tragic. We did this whole rendezvous and for what? So we're going to go to the... instead, we're going to go to the lander probe, and we're going to send it out. And then we're going to launch another Endeavor probe. Or we do another rendezvous like this. With better RCS thrusters. Grab. Board. SAS. Space Center. All right. Yeah, we'll bring these guys home. We should not at all miss the window for Duna still. But we're going to go ahead and send... There's 2 probe. Yes, this is the other one. It's the Endeavor probe right here. Yeah. All right. This is the lander right here. The Darius 1 Mark II. The Endeavor. Oh, we're above the KSC right now. All right, so we go ahead. Come on. Show me Duna. There we go. Set his target. We're going to set our maneuver node up here. It was like right here. No, don't. There we go. Yeah, we're on the same inclination here. All right, there is our intercept. More prograde. We're at 1,099. That sounds about right. Meters a second of delta V. More prograde. A little more scoot. There it is. That is an intercept, chat. All right. And we have Let me get rid of staging. All right, well, hold on. Let me fix my staging first and foremost. That's the engine I want. This is the decoupler I want for right there. All right. I don't have pan. Oh, I do. I did have panels. Okay, I got so fucking worried I didn't have panels open. Oh, I didn't do all of them here with the action group. Okay, because we do have a whole fuck ton for the lander probe. All right, I got so worried we might have had a dead probe. We are gonna extend our antennas though. All right, we have a lot of electric charge. We're gonna go ahead. Throttle is completely off. Activate this engine. I only get one ignition? And I can only burn for 5 minutes. Okay. Here's the deal, chat. Here's the deal. Can we... Let's first and foremost, let's zoom out. Let's see what our node is doing out here. Are we coming in polar? Are we coming in? It's hard. It's hard to see. We're coming in. Let me just mess with some stuff here. 28, it's the wrong way. We just have like a 16 mil intercept. 8 mil. 47, wrong way. 16. 9. 21. Ooh, what up, buddy? How we doing, Els? How we doing? Thanks for stopping by. How's your day going? How we feeling? What's the vibe? All right, 9 mil, like a couple of clicks more. Couple of clicks more. Yeah, thanks for all the likes, big dog. Much appreciated. All right, 9 mil still. Still, let me go like the tiniest little scooch. Okay, 8 mil. What if I go normal, anti-normal? What'll this do here? 8 mil. I want to see. Okay, gone. I want to see if there's any shot with one burn we can just set it to fucking crash. You know what I mean? Just rating? Okay, yeah, how's that going? How's that going? And I don't know, chat, that we can do it. Okay. Little prograde, maybe? No, we're just getting further out now. Little retro. What if we do like a little one of these? 33 mil still. 28. 45. That's kind of... Fuck, chat. This isn't good. This isn't good. Both of our fucking... It'd be absolute cinema. Yeah, literally, yeah. Just a direct burn into a crash. I don't know that we can do it, though. What if I... Let me drag my node, like, further right here. I don't think it's not gonna... I don't think it's gonna do it. I got a 22. Nope. All it does is shorten my window here. 14. What if we did like a... Like over here. 39. It's still kind of one and the same. Even for like a direct burn. What if I come way out here? We got one burn. And I could, it depends on Ike. I don't know what Ike is going to be doing, because what you can potentially do here, what if we wait for the Mun? No, the Mun might just fuck us. Because if we can get a capture on Ike, Ike can potentially like absolutely ruin our day by just slamming. Too much. Let's dial it back a little. Yeah. Let's chill out. Ike can potentially slingshot us straight into the surface, right? But the thing is that the atmosphere is so thin that's potentially catastrophic. What is this? Oh, that's just me out here. What was that intercept? I just had an intercept somewhere over there. Is that an accidental jewel? That is. Accidental jewel? What are we doing out here? At 1 billion above. What if I shift? Even further. Less than a bill. You know, I've never been to Jewel. Do we say fuck it? Do we go to Jewel? No. We go to Duna. That's what we said we were going to do. Scratch this whole node completely. Scratch this whole node completely. What a shame this has turned out to be. We strayed from the original design, and I think this is where our mistake lies. All right, let's come back right here. It's about right there. So, a little more. Because you know what we could potentially do? We have RCS. We have RCS. We may be able to do a course correct burn and get even closer. All right, come on now. There we go. 40 mil. Less. Oh. Easy. 40 mil. We had an intercept like somewhere over here. As well, is what we did have. Maybe not. Maybe I'm full of shit. What is our trajectory doing with that there? Oh, it's actually not terrible. Let me shift. Yeah, see now we're just being silly. All right, let me see. Let me see. All right here. A little more prograde. A little more. A tiny bit more, and then we're gonna take this intercept, and then we're gonna see. We have a lot of mono. What we don't have is a good thrust to weight ratio. That is 43. I think that we can get better. Yeah, fuck it, we ball. 15 mil right there is what we do. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to activate this engine here. With our one single fucking ignition is all that we get. Gabe Cates, what's up, buddy? You took a shower and ate food? Yeah, hell yeah. How was that going? How was your food? Gabe Cates, you have missed it. We're in dire straits here. This is a 2-minute burn as well. Yeah, we're kind of hard fucked. is what we are. And our RCS is on this tank too. Maybe this tank gets super light once we're empty on fuel. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we're gonna warp. We're gonna burn at T-minus 1 minute on the dot is what we do. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see if we can't RCS our way into just crashing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow down here. Slow down. Easy, easy, easy. All right, let's line ourselves up. Get to the maneuver node here. Well, right here. And then we start our burn now. And that is our only ignition. Boy, is this probe wobbly. We're just chewing through RCS2. I'm just going to say, fuck it. We keep the wobble. We keep the wobble. We just burn here. 2 minute burn. 2 minute burn. So what happened? Yes, my food was good. Yeah, so Ray, what's going on? Welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? Thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you. Yeah, so we experienced ignition failure on our relay probe that was going to lead the way to Duna. I launched the LPD-1 with Jeb and Bill for an emergency in-orbit repair. Turns out I need a repair kit, so I got to redo that rendezvous. And then we discovered that on this lander probe, I only have one ignition. So now we're trying to figure out the best way here to maybe course correct and crash into Duna, because I no longer have a main engine, but what I will have is RCS. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how this shakes out. Oh, the wobble's gone. Good stuff. Wobble's gone. Love to see it. Yeah, sort of. Wobble's kind of back. 300 meters a second of burn left. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. This is not an entire lost cause here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Doing an intercept time. You seen the Spider Noir TV show with Nick Cage? I did not. Oh, but that's right. That is a thing, huh? All right, easy peasy. Easy does it, chat. Easy does it. Easy does it. Boom. That is an intercept right there. We're going to RCS the rest of the way there. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Nope, and then it goes back up. All right. Get rid of this node here. What we cannot do, though... Nope. That's as close as we get. All right, what we cannot do is start our warp. We have to get Jeb and them back, is what we do. Or say, fuck the repair. Say, fuck the repair. We launch Valentina. Darius 1. What's the Darius 1 got on it? I think it's still got the Endeavor probe. Ooh, indeed it does. Indeed it does have the Endeavor probe. Okay, we can launch. This is fine. We can launch Valentina. She can deploy this super fast. And then we can send this one out there, is what we do. Ooh, big wins, Els. Big wins, big wins. All right. The mission is still on track, chat. The mission is still on track here. Are Jeb and them in there? Jeb and them are in the LPD-1, which is currently in orbit. They flew it with no payload to meet up with the lander probe for an emergency engine repair in orbit, but they don't have a repair kit, so it's not quite going to work. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and deploy this. Is what we do. Yeah, we're just going to... Here we go. Here we go. Emergency probe deployment. Here it is. But... An engine exploded, and we had an engine failure. I swear to God right now. I swear to God. No, it literally, yes. Yes. What is this luck right now? It's fine. We run it back. It's fine. The missions still go. Valentina, she knows what's up. She knows what's up. It's all good. It's fine. We just gotta speak soft. We just gotta be cool, calm, collected. We're not stressed. We're not worried about it. There ain't nothing to it. We're at 10K likes in TikTok. You guys are nuts. All right, hit the brakes here. Hit the brakes. SAS on. We're gonna start throttle off. Yeah, ignition. Brakes off. Throttle up. Here we go. We're lined up, nice and centered on the taxiway here. We're just going to relaunch the Endeavor relay probe. That's all there is to it. It's fine. Slight turn to the left. Pitch program. Easy. Easy, there we go, gear up. Here we go, easy does it. We're just going to launch this probe real fast. All right, nothing to it. Doing a mission is still on track. We just might not be able to crash into it, and that's okay. Not all is lost. Not all is lost. All right. And it really won't be so bad. Because we can put it in orbit here, and then we'll just set up a node for the first time it goes in orbit. We'll just be able to do the burn real fast. What I should do, honestly, in the future is I should bump the funding up, because for the components themselves, I can increase funding and reliability. And that's probably what I should do in the future with some of these, especially long-term mission parts. Is a little something like that. We're going to pitch down a tiny little bit, start building the speed up, get over the hump. No, I haven't, but I read the book forever ago, and it made me tear up. I haven't seen it yet, though. I was super hyped when the trailer came out. It's a phenomenal book. All right, 400 meters a second here. We're going to start pitching up here in a little bit after we get like 1250 to 1300 meters a second. Oh, this is so stressful, but it's fine. It makes the gameplay that much more satisfying. Mods, failure chance, life support. All right, 500 meters a second, rapidly approaching, 6,000 meters above sea level. Here we go, starting to really speed things up now. I just want this probe in orbit so bad. That's all we need, and then we're in business. Then we warp to Duna, get a capture orbit, maybe set up a crash trajectory, an intercept into a slingshot into the atmosphere with Duna, and then we land, and that's all there is to it. All right, here we go. Speeding up now, getting hot now, approaching 1,000 meters a second of speed. Almost 13 kilometers above sea level. Speed's looking good. 1,100. We're not quite at 20 kilometers though. It's usually about where you cycle in the close cycle mode. Into rocket engine mode. 1,200 meters per second. All right, here we go, here we go. Almost time. Watch what our speed does here. Once it starts to fade out, then we'll swap. We'll swap now. There it goes. Pull up orbit info here. Do a slight pitch up, ever so gently. There we go. 30-degree AOA, never hurt anybody. That's a good little approach. She's kind of bouncy. Let me pitch down the tiniest little bit here. See if it holds. 30 degrees. All right, 30 degrees, and Darius 1 is happy. All right. Apoapsis of 45 kilometers and climbing. 50. Start pitching down. We are at 60 kilometer apoapsis. Throttle down a little bit. Save some of this delta V. All right, 70 kilometers. I'm going to pitch down aggressively now. We're just going to circularize here. Pitch down even harder. I'm fully optimistic we're going to make this mission happen. Fully optimistic. Negative 135 kilometer periapsis. Ever so gently increasing. Alright, negative 25. We'll get up to our apo and we'll circularize. This music is also a paid actor. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What did I have for dinner? I had a snack. I usually don't eat super late in the day. I'm more of like a little, like, eat a whole bunch for breakfast. Eat like a slightly lighter lunch. Get home, have like a snack. You know what I mean? And then I'm chilling for the day. Alright, here we go. Coming up on our apoapsis of 75 kilometers. Big time cinematic sunrise. I'm going to start our circularization burn here. Because I would like to, with haste, deploy our probe here. And get this Duna show on the road. About right there or so. One more throttle. Pitch down. Once we're circularized, we're going to deploy the probe. Set up a maneuver node and burn. And then we're there. Alright, we are in orbit. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Panels out. Radiators out. Probe. Decoupled. Vessel swapped. RCS on. Go vertical. Deploy out of the cargo bay here. Easy. It's a good paid actor? Literally, yeah. Literally, yeah. Antennas. Panels. We're in business. All right. Maneuver node. Set target. Maneuver node. Zoom back in. About right here or so. That's not what I wanted to fucking do. Not set target. Zoom in. Here we go. Here we go. Put a node is what I want. Add maneuver. Here we go. Here we go. About right there or so. Zoom out. All right. We got to do the old shift and prograde method here. A little more prograde. A little more shift. A little more prograde. A little more shift. Excuse me. There it is. Duna intercept. We have done it. Of 40 million. That's not the worst thing in the world. All right. Did I ever play the Arkham Batman games? Literally never. Wow, what's up? You really into them or what? All right. So let's make sure throttle is off. Let's fix our staging here. Activate this engine. Okay, at least we have an engine, so we're off to a phenomenal start. Let's line ourselves up with the maneuver node here. 36-second burn time is what we're working with. So we're going to start our burn at about 19 seconds is probably how this goes. All right, hit warp. Uh-huh. 8 minutes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, slow down here. Slow down. All right, slow. Easy, easy. Easy. All right. And we're actually going to do, why am I drifting? We're actually going to do 20 seconds here. We are going to throttle up now. She's wobbly, but it's fine. There goes the Darius one. Goodbye. All right, we're going to zoom out here. I'm going to lock my staging. I'm going to lock my staging. Oh, they're your favorite games of all time? Okay, okay. I feel you. God, these engines are so wobbly. Let me zoom out here. Watch our node. All right, easy, easy. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. I just wasted shutdown and ignition, but that's fine. There it is. We have an intercept. Okay. Throttle off. Turn SAS off. Can I... Oh, fuck off. There. All right. All right. With SAS, how close can we get? Or RCS, rather. 31, 30, 29, 28. Okay, 28. That's as close as we get. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're in business. We have a lander kind of sort of getting there. One of your favorite games of all time is Gun? Yeah, literally, yeah, Jesus Source. Yeah, hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. I remember that shit. That was Red Dead before Red Dead was a thing. We'd play it for hours. You're excited for the new Lego Batman game coming out? Okay, yeah, that sounds sick. That sounds sick. All right. So now what we do, chat, is we start experiments here, first and foremost, is what we do. And we are going to, yeah, start that. Start you, because I don't think we have any, I don't think we have any out of Kerbin sphere of influence science going. So let's start all these experiments here with just this one. And the problem here is that I got everybody in orbit of Kerbin. I don't have any life support on anything. We shouldn't... I'll get a notification if they start dying. Okay, we're almost out of the sphere of influence of Kerbin. So we're in business here. We're in business here. Okay, both satellites are officially out of Kerbin's sphere of influence here. All right, so what we're going to do, get out of here. I'm going to make sure that both probes are facing the sun so that they don't die, is what we got to be super mindful of here. Here we go. I'd like for my probes that I just went through a whole lot of work for to not die en route to Duna. That would be ideal, please. What a weird way that my antenna is deployed, but that's fine. Oh, I have this one too. Let me just make sure that I'm not outrunning my battery charging here. I don't think that I am. Yeah, we're super chilling. Okay, well, this is a good start. This is a good start. We're not quite gonna make Duna tonight, but we are, because I have to land. I gotta land Jeb, and I gotta land Bill, and I gotta land Valentina. It's gonna be like a whole another 30 minutes, right? And unfortunately, it's late, and I gotta go to sleep. But with this paid actor music, we have got 2 probes on their way to Duna. On their way, and I'm really hoping. I still have 17 ignitions left. I'm really hoping. Let's get out of here. That we can somehow set up a correction burn. Let me save. Let me save as well. That we can set up a correction burn here. with the other probe a little bit closer to Duna. I'll skip trajectory out of this, out of the. Oh, okay, yeah. There's one. It's gonna be Darius. It's gonna be the Darius 2 probe. Yeah, that's the fucked up one. Yeah, I'm hoping we can do some sort of correction burn. I have gas. Okay, not all is lost. I don't know if you guys saw that. I just throttled up and we have gas. It says I have 0 ignitions. But chat, we might be in fucking business here. I think that's just, it must be like reliability just plummets or something. Maybe. I don't know. I'm terrified and I don't want to hit shift again. But not all is lost. We potentially still have both probes in action here. Let me run science here too. Actually, I'm going to save all the science on this one because we're going to get surface data is what we get. We're going to make sure we point at the sun here. And we get full sunlight to our probe. We do not want a dead probe when we get to Duna. All right, chat, that is going to be it for the night. We had a night, that was like a 4-hour stream is what we did. All right, cut the fucking music. What are we doing here? It's not that cinematic. Let's not get crazy. I don't need an outro quite like that. But yeah, that's all I got, chat. That's all I got. So yeah, tomorrow is like a soft maybe we stream. TBD. I'll post it. You know how it is. I'll post it in the Discord. I'll post it on TikTok stories. I'll try to let everybody who might want to watch know whether or not we stream. But yeah, it's a soft yes. It's a soft yes. But we're not definitive yet. But anyway, I'll post it again. So yeah, everybody hanging out, chit chatting, however you saw this beer, all over YouTube, TikTok. I see you guys in here. Like the stream. We got like 10 a.m. YouTube. Anybody out there? Thanks for watching. Twitch. I hope everybody has a good night. You guys get some good sleep. And I am out of here. Not everybody.